Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 43 of Passion Project, the speedrun and gaming variety show that encourages anyone and everyone in the speedrun and gaming communities to showcase their passions in games. My name is Amber Cypher, and I will be your host tonight. And if you've got a passion project of your own, go to gdq.gg/hotfix, find the How section near the top of the page, and click the link to submit it to the show. And that's whether that's grinding speedruns, learning and routing new categories, or breathing new life into a game, or in this case, a series of games in unconventional ways. Passion Project is the best place on Twitch to show the world what you love the most in speedrunning and gaming. Before we get started with the showcase that we have planned for tonight, I just want to let you know that prize submissions are open for SGDQ 2025. If you want to learn more about that, visit gamesdonequick.com for all the info there. And tonight, we're exploring multi-game speedruns. Multi-game speedruns are becoming more and more popular with runners as of late, usually encapsulating a singular popular franchise with multiple entries like the Sonic 8 that we've previously featured on the show. However, tonight's first guest, Takate, will be taking a slightly different approach to the idea by combining three of the most popular classic NES titles, The Legend of Zelda, Metroid 1, and Super Mario Bros. And it's going to be combined into The Legend of Metroid Brothers. And later on tonight, our second guest, Ray of Light, will be taking the first game in that multi-game speedrun and throwing it into a randomizer with the Legend of Zelda Randomizer Rookie Rumble 2024 flag set. So you definitely want to stay tuned throughout the whole show. Joining me right now is Takate and his commentator, Rupert83. Thank you both for being here tonight. How are you doing?
Hey, we are doing great. Thank you for having us. Rupert83, as you mentioned,
I believe Takate is muted.
I sure was. I was being very good about making sure I was muted so sounds didn't come through while you were talking, and then hit the wrong unmute button. But yeah,
it's all good.
Thank you for having us. For those of you who don't know me, I am Takate. My commentator, Rupert83. We met through the Mario community, Mario 1. And Mario 1 was my first speed run. I ended up beating that game in under 5 minutes. Then I moved to Metroid. Eventually, I beat Metroid in under 10 minutes. And finally, I beat The Legend of Zelda in under 30 minutes, becoming the only person ever to beat under 30, under 10, and under 5 in what we call the Holy Trinity of original NES franchises, the original games from each. So my passion project, since this is the Passion Project show, is to beat them sub 30, sub 10, and sub 5 in the same run, not, separately years apart. So that's my passion project. And Rupert83, my commentator. Rupert, do you want to give a quick intro?
Sure. I'm Rupert83. Like Takate said, we'd met a number of years ago, playing several different Mario games. I also do a few of my own multi-game runs as well, once in a while.
Yep.
But glad you're having me on with this, and best of luck to you.
Yeah, Rupert's known for speedrunning all the Mario games, 1, 2, 3, Super Mario World, and Lost Levels in an all 5 run. But we'll be starting with The Legend of Zelda. I have my original cart for each, and I have all my speedrunner friends sign it that play The Legend of Zelda. So if you all may know, Lack Attack was the first person to get sub 28 in the game, and Green Mario is the world record holder. So we'll pop that one in. And get started with that one.
Very much looking forward to this. This is going to be a sick run.
Yeah, this will be fun. So timing is going to start when you gain control of Link, but I have a negative 5.2 timer set for myself because I'm going to try to do a frame perfect manipulation to guarantee us some bomb drops early on in level 3. So I will hit reset and my pedal at the same time. And then in about 7 seconds after that, the run will start. So I'm going to hit reset right now. And LB is my dog. That's why I have it named that. And time starts now.
Good luck. Have fun.
Good luck.
Thank you. So we're going to try to go right over to level 3, dungeon 3, instead of going in chronological order because we're speedrunning. And we're going to try to do these screen scrolls. So Rupert, I'm going to take my headphones off here so I can hear the game and try to get my audio cue.
Okay. So this trick that he's doing is he's standing 5 pixels away from the screen, and doing a 1 frame press up or down, and that can allow you to scroll across the screen like that. So it definitely saves a little time from having to go all the way around the map. And also, he does have, like he said, he does have an audio cue that he used to enter the level so that he gets a predictable pattern.
Unfortunately, we just missed the predictable pattern. We were off by 1 frame rule. You have a 4 frame window, but with so many variables to getting that 4 frame window, right? Pressing reset, pressing start, entering the dungeon, we barely missed, but we're okay. It only cost us a few seconds. So I've killed 4 enemies right now. Counting my enemies is going to be important, especially early in the game, so I can ensure some bomb drops and things like that. So I've killed my 5th enemy. I can get random bombs on the 6th and 8th red dark nuts here. I should say 6th and 8th enemy kills of the whole game. Unfortunately, we didn't get 6, so hopefully this next dark nut will give us bombs for 8. We didn't get that. So the game is being
Zelda
unkind.
Speedrunning.
Yeah, these
speedrunning is very difficult, if I recall.
It is.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to lure this guy. All right, we got our.
Look like they're.
So that was a forced bomb. So I killed 10 consecutive enemies without taking a hit, and as the prophecy says, the 10th enemy is the secret or whatever it is. I don't remember the exact wording, but if you kill the 10th enemy consecutively without taking a hit, and you do it with a bomb, that will guarantee a bomb drop. And if you do it with your sword, it'll guarantee a 5 rupees. So depending on if you need bombs or rupees, you can force those items if you kill 10 enemies in a row without taking a hit. So I'm actually going to go get more bombs here. I'm going to take a detour since I only have 4 bombs, and I want more bombs by going to face Manhandla.
And I feel like all that, as far as the force drops and all that, was not really ever explained in any of the manuals or anything like that. Because I've played this game a few times, and I know that I've run out of bombs before, and I'm like, I wish I would have known that instead of having to leave the level and try to go buy more bombs and things like that.
There's a very, very cryptic hint, like Takate had mentioned. It's like, I think it's like 10th one has the bomb or something.
Yep.
And that's what it's talking about. It's talking about the force drop table. And it's so, like, cryptically written, at least in English, that it's basically nonsense.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to go to Manhandla here. I want as many bombs for Manhandla as possible because this thing is wild and crazy trying to kill it. And I'm going to have a rough pattern here because... All right, we got it. And we got the bombs. Let's go.
Nice.
That's like the scariest part of one of the 2 scariest parts of the whole speedrun, honestly. Especially in a marathon setting.
Bombs are such a precious resource on the route that you're doing, like going into level 3 first. And being able to count to 10 basically without taking a hit is such a challenge to be able to get the bomb drops that you need.
So we're gonna do some more screen scrolls here and go to level 4. Level 4 is all about maintaining health and, again, bomb count, so that I can leave with at least 1 bomb, ideally many more than that, but also maintaining my health for the final boss in this level, which is the other scary part of the speedrun, Gliok. So that's 2 consecutive kills there. 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to do a dark room clip here. I'm going to clip through a block. 7. So I'm going to go and get 10. Well, yeah, we'll do the other strat. All right, so I'm going to kill 8 enemies, or I'm going to create an 8 count leaving this room. So I have a stored 5er since I killed the 10th enemy with my sword, but he wasn't allowed to drop anything. So there's my 5er. 4, 6, 8. Now if I bomb 2 enemies here, the second one can give me a bomb drop. And that's the only guy that can give me a bomb drop. So we'll bomb him.
It's another thing we haven't even mentioned, that certain enemies can't drop anything, and especially not bombs like likes, they can't do that.
And I sorted that one down just for safety strats, right? I could bomb him, but like I said, I want to leave with lots of bombs, and I was in a good spot to sort him down and keep my health. So for marathon only strats, we'll do that. But normally, I'd be bombs away in that room. Take a bop off the bubble here to reset my count to 0, so I know exactly what it is. And we'll do a ladder clip in this room, which is kind of like a block clip, kind of like a screen scroll, except you're doing it on a ladder instead of across the room. But it's the same idea. It lets you like gain an extra pixel, and that extra pixel lets you walk across something you're not normally able to walk across. So I have 5 bombs. I have 16 rupees. We're in really good shape here. I should be able to force bombs unless I miscounted in this room. I did, and we got the heart, which is what I really wanted. So we have full health going to Gleeok. This fight is scary.
And Gleeok takes 16 hits. It takes 10 hits to kill the first head. And hopefully he manages his health here well. If he loses too much, he may start doing pause stress just to get a good visual. And it looks like he took care of Gleeok, no problem.
Yeah, very good there.
That was a nice, comfy Gleeok fight, actually. I know I took a couple hits, but sometimes the hits are hard to avoid. But the idea behind Gleeok is if you have beams, use them. And if you lose your beams, stay on the right side of Gleeok's head, because the enemy hitbox for his head is always like shifted to the right of where his like actual visual image is. And if you do that, you can usually get through pretty okay, and we did there. Just had to watch out for his fireballs. So we're gonna walk the 1, pretty chill walk. 1's like the chillest level. So, you know, if you want to talk anything in 1, we can talk anything. I don't have to worry about counting or anything.
So the reason he's leaving and going back in here is it actually unlocks that door up top.
Yep.
Which is don't know why that happens, but that's a thing for this level, and basically you get to pass through that for free.
Yeah, that is definitely one thing I've never understood about level 1 is like, I don't know why it functions like that. Don't ask me. I'm the driver, not the engineer. It just works.
Exactly. I don't even know why. Actually, you know, I can tell you a lot of the technical details behind Metroid and Mario, but Z1's the one I know the fewest technical details about. So it just works, right? Mm-hmm. We do it because it works.
Yeah, Z1's one of those games that I know that everyone says Z2 is hard casually, and it is. It's also like, you know, a challenging speedrun, but like the people I've seen who have learned all 3, Zelda 1, Zelda 2, and Link to the Past, will very often cite Zelda 1 as like the hardest of the 3 in terms of speedrunning, because there's so much to juggle, especially with your bomb count.
Yeah, exactly. And I will say, Z1's the only game I have not done a GDQ event for until now. I did do Mario 1 with Supersonic at GDQX 2019.
Yeah, Supersonic's good people.
He is. And I did Metroid in AGDQ 2019. No, sorry, 2021. One of the COVID ones. So it was online. And I raced CHX, who's the 80% world record holder, but I raced him in all bosses. So glad I get to show off Zelda now. And then the other 2 games as well.
So was your idea for this as a multi-game speedrun like driven by your idea of trying to get a sub 30 sub 30 10 sub 10 sub 5 in a single like sitting?
Yeah, it kind of happened by accident. Like I said, I started out as Mario 1, and I got my sub 5 in that really quickly. Like the first month I ever speedran, I got sub 5. But I'd never played Metroid, ever. And there's another speedrunner, Twitch streamer, Weaker Youth, and I'm going to get the 30 Armos here just for safety. I don't need this, but it's going to cost like 10 seconds to get this, but it's going to ensure I get above 40 rupees. I need to leave 2 which we're going to right now. I need to leave it with 40 rupees. But yeah, so Metroid I'd never played, but I promised Weaker Youth once I got my gold time in Mario 1 that I'd try out Metroid. And literally the first time I played through it, I fell in love with it. So then I beat Metroid. And I started with the all boss category because it's so much easier, as you'll see in the run later. It's not marathon safe to do any percent. So any percent, I never actually got my sub 10 until a year ago. But even then, back in the day, I got my all bosses time. Then I moved on to Legend of Zelda and got really close to sub 30 5 years ago. But kind of just let that slide for a while and did some other things. But once I had realized like I knew all 3 games and knew kind of the history of the 3 franchises, I was like, this would be fun to do as like a multi-game run. So it was never the goal to do 30, 10, 5, but once I realized I could become the only person to do that with those 3 games, I was like, let's do it.
Yeah, and that's a really like genuinely lofty goal, but like you've achieved those times individually. It's going to be a matter of like, becoming so consistent that you're able to string that together in one sitting. And I think that's going to be really cool, like when that finally happens for you.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting because all 3 games are really hard to do in one shot. But I think Mario 1, you can get pretty consistent with sub 5. And if you watch guys like Lack Attack or Green Mario, some of these guys, they are just amazingly consistent with, as long as they get a run past Gleeok, they can typically sub 30. I'd like to be able to not get to that point, right? Because that would be world record level, but at least get to the point where a few times a week I can get a sub 30, which will give me shots in Mario 1 and Metroid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I assume you do Zelda first, partly because it's the longest segment, but also because I think it might be one of the hardest segments, because so much can go wrong, and it's a heavy reset point past like anything before Gleeok. Yeah,
I think it's a toss-up between Zelda and Metroid on which I'll do first when I actually do 30, 10, 5 runs. I think both of them have their merits. Metroid for the any percent run is how you get sub 10, and there is a frame perfect off-screen trick you have to do right at the start of the game. So that's why Metroid might be the first up as well.
I could see that. If it's right at the start, I could totally see that being a choke point.
All right, so my count is 3 coming into 5 here. I want to build up an 8 or a 9 count when I go into the recorder room. We call the recorder room, which is the room actually before you get the recorder, because I need to force bombs off the dark nuts. Oh, I got some lucky bombs there too.
Ooh.
We love that. We love lucky bombs.
Never a bad thing.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, then I just wasted one. But we're fine. Count should be 4. I'm going to do a safety route here. Strat. All right, so if I kill these 4, I should be at an 8 count. Well, now I'm at a 0 count, so Roop can tell them about the penalty box.
Yeah, the count's too low. Have to go to the penalty box instead of going to the left, so he has to go to another room with more keys to build the count back up and then go back and proceed.
Yeah, so now my count's at 8 again. It's all bomb these guys, and there's my forced bombs, which is what we wanted.
Very surprised he didn't just die to that bomb.
I thought I had gotten them already. I'll just sort them down for a little bit of safety, since leaving here with 8 bombs, well, I should say 7, after you kill the final boss is kind of ideal. It's a little slow there, but hey, it's a clean run, and I'm happy about that,
Oh, yeah.
Ideally, I'd build up a count leaving here as well, and then I could force on those Gibdos, the mummies, leaving here. But I don't really have a count going because I took a hit in that other room. So we swipe the bombs there. We're at 7. These Gibdos will now be separated from each other since I had to go to the penalty box. If I don't go to the penalty box, they typically group up nicely in the bottom right down there, these two guys, and you can kill them all at once. Not too worried about health. Just as long as I have more than 2 hearts, I'm fine. And we can, quote unquote, smoke another Dodongo. That's what they term it as, and grab a bombs there. So we have full bombs, and the rest of 5 is easy. So another spot here where we can just chill out and talk whatever.
Oh, the Summer Games Done Quick 2025 schedule is out. What are you looking forward to on it?
I mean, how could I not look forward to one of my best buds, Supersonic, being the opener?
He's opening the event with Sonic 2 All Emeralds Glitched. That's going to be such a sick run. He's running the Sonic and Tails category. I recently learned the Knuckles Glitchless All Emeralds category for the game, and like that's just going to be so cool. Oh, good, we're not getting half a Dig Dogger.
That's right.
I've seen that happen. It's terrifying. You can't do anything.
Yeah, definitely terrifying. By the way, Amber, congrats on your world record, co-op world record at PAX recently.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Ricky and Vicky's a really fun run, and Atitri and I got to meet the developer immediately after that run, who we didn't even realize was local to the event. That was very sick.
Cool.
Folks, if you've missed out, if you've missed out on PAX East, we've been uploading the VODs to YouTube, but you can also catch the VODs from our Twitch if we don't have all the days up yet. Definitely go check those out because the runs from PAX East were great. You can go to youtube.com/Games Done Quick. You can catch up on past Hotfix shows, special events, and GDQ marathons over there. And if you're watching this on YouTube after it's uploaded, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with all things GDQ.
So right there, we just did something called the tricorder because it serves 3 functions. The recorder serving 3 functions, so it's called a tricorder. It allows you to cycle your whistle count, allows you to you hit the Armos at the same time. Okay, my count's 7 here. I actually needed to pay attention to that for a moment. It allows you to open the Armos while you do that as well, which takes some time to spawn, and it removes the lag on the shopkeep guys. So serves 3 functions there. Yeah, that's why we do it. It's a nice time save.
Lag like that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Can we get that for Metroid?
Oh, I took a hit there.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that room's a little tricky with all the boomerangs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back out and I'm gonna just grab some bombs. We need to leave here with, we don't have enough bombs essentially to beat this level without either forcing bombs or just using none. And since I used my bombs, I'm just gonna go grab some safety bombs there. Now my health's getting a little funky, and my patterns are gonna be all different from what I'm used to. So the enemy patterns, they spawn like in very specific ways, and it's based off the route you take. Mm-hmm. So if I change my route, my spawns will be different. And since I went to get the safety bombs, I changed my route there. So I'll have different spawns than I'm used to. It'll make it harder for sure, but I think we'll be fine. But you never know, it's Z1. It can always throw a wrench in things. I did a warm-up run today, and this ended up being my bogeyman level, despite 3 and 4 actually being the ones I should be most afraid of. But we're all right, I think. We got plenty of health.
And that's the thing about Z1 speedrunning. Doesn't care what you think is actually the most scary. Everything's the most scary level. It will find a new way to make you afraid of a different level than before.
Oh, yeah. I need to clip through here to get to the red candle. There we go.
Yeah, you outright skipped blue candle in this route, I recall.
Yeah, there's a blue candle route as well. You only need either the red or the blue, and this route we're going red candle, which is it is the world record route.
Yeah, it's the faster route. Like, if you're new to Z1 speedrunning, you could do the blue candle route reasonably just to get your feet wet with the game. because the red candle route is definitely more difficult.
This Dig Dogger gives us 3 heads. We're going to bomb it. Oh, the bubbles. All right, I'm going to switch weapons.
Oh.
It's fine. It just, you lose your sword, right, if you get bubbled. So had to switch weapons. Ideally, you don't get hit by the bubbles, and that's the quickest way to do that room. But very often the bubbles will be quite rude. So you'll need to either switch weapons or wait it out. Oh, nice.
Easy.
Let's go. Leaving here with a bomb is really nice.
And it looks like you have 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
leaving
it's not
with
just 1. We've got 5.
leaving with 0 is scary because you need to get lucky in 6 to get bombs. Otherwise, you go to the Gliok of shame, as we call it. But we've got bombs, so we don't need to rely on lucky bombs in 6 now.
And yeah, for folks at home, someone did ask, like, besides the color, what's the difference in candles? The blue candle only has 1 use per screen, so you would have to, leave a screen and come back to be able to reuse it. Whereas you don't have to do that with the red candle at all.
Yep. Also, Tecate did a screen wrap on the very left edge of the overworld map, so it took him to the right-hand side of the map, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
that you
it's
can
a
actually
great
do
way.
that.
Great way to be able to move very quickly through Hyrule, because otherwise it's a trek. Link is not particularly fast on his own. There are no boots in this game, so there is no dashing quickly from one screen to another without screen scrolls.
Oh, great. I'm trying to do a trick called the root quarter here, but it's giving me fits. There we go. I should be fine now. The tornado's faster. Yeah.
So this trick will warp you one screen up and one to the left from where it's intended. So that's what the purpose of that strat is.
Yeah, so normally I would whistle, and the whistle takes you right to any dungeon you have visited, and it goes through in order. So it would normally take me to 7, where I just left. Oh, that was a bad, unfortunate... We're going to do another root quarter, or tri-quarter thing here, except it's a double quarter instead of triple. It skips the stair animation and cycles your whistle counter. But yeah, normally the whistles take you to a dungeon you've already visited, so we would have gone to 7. But because I also hit the raft spot at the same time, just again, weird game code mechanics stuff that for some reason takes you, like Rupert said, 1 screen northwest of where you would normally go, which would be, in this case, like I said, Dungeon 7. So this is 6. The magical breakfast room is what we're in now.
Yes! I remember when TGH was learning Zelda 1, and he kept going into one of the rooms in one of the earlier levels with likes and it's gels or Zols or something. I was like, it's the chocolate chip pancake room.
Oh, I should not have taken that beam to the face. That was less than ideal. That's 4 hearts right there. I thought I could get him before he shot, but I couldn't.
Wizrobes do not mess around in this game. They are very obnoxious.
Woo! Okay. Well, this is going to be sweaty, so let's see if we can do it. Also, thank goodness for bomb drops. Oh man, this room's going to get super sweaty. This is Magical Breakfast 2, because, we already had one. One wasn't enough.
Well, what about second breakfast?
I will take all the breakfasts I can get. We actually dispatched that room pretty well.
Yeah,
Nice.
Didn't take any more damage. Wizards are so scary at low health.
They really are. like the red ones aren't so bad other than if you get hit by their beam, they take a lot of health, but the blue ones are hard because they'll like randomly like teleport.
Yeah.
Let's grab that heart.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Reasonable.
Just in case. And actually I have 8 bombs, which is amazing.
Yes, your bomb count has been excellent throughout this run. You've done really well with that.
Oh man, okay.
Oh.
Just got the Goma in 1 cycle. If you don't shoot him quickly, he'll close his eye and you have to wait for him to open it back up, and a 2-cycle Goma is really slow. So we have our bombs. We have pretty much everything we need. We're just going to go to 8. 8 is another scary level because you're just literally fighting blue dark nuts with your swords. You're not bombing them because you're trying to conserve bombs for later, but you can get away with using 1 or 2 bombs if you're smart about them, because I don't need fully 8 bombs. I need like 7 or 6 to feel pretty good. So we'll use 1 bomb in 8, and then, you know, I could probably use 1 or 2 bombs in 8 if I really need it, if the dark nuts are grouped up nicely. But other than that, it's going to be all sword combat, which makes these, you know, 8 another really scary, tough level to speedrun. When you're on PB pace, it's exceptionally scary, and actually Manhandle was being rude there too.
Yeah, there's also lots of lag in these rooms as well, which you can very easily see at times in this room. It's just, you have the tricky movement of the dark nuts, and then also the lag to compensate with, and then also the fireballs being shooted from every corner too. It's a really tricky section.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about how awkward the grid movement in Z1 can be.
Yeah.
Like, Zelda 1, unlike basically any other entry in the series, like, is on this very strange grid system.
Yep, that's 8 for you. That is level 8 for you.
That sure is level 8.
It's all good though. That's we didn't get any of our lucky drops from the dark nuts. Normally they're really good about dropping hearts and fairies. And I went a little aggressive on this room right here. First time through, probably a little too aggressive. So we may be here for a while. Hopefully not, but we might be. It's okay. That's just how this game goes.
It's true. And also for folks in chat asking if there's a new combo rando, this is not a randomizer at all. This is a multi-game speedrun. It is titled The Legend of Metroid Brothers because it is a run of The Legend of Zelda any% no up and A, Metroid any%, and Super Mario Brothers any% back to back to back. So it's a unique multi-game speedrun in that it's not from just one franchise. It's the holy trinity, if you will, of NES games. But if you like randomizers,
yeah.
If you like Zelda 1 and level 8 being a jerk, don't worry. We'll have a Zelda 1 randomizer after this combo speedrun, or after this multi-game speedrun here.
Yeah, we have not gotten a single fairy drop, which is highly unusual. So a little bit of bad luck, a little bit of bad, combat, but it's tough when you're on 3 hearts.
Level 8 is so rough.
When you're in full hearts, you can go really aggressive, right? And just hope you do a good job and hit some of them like multiple times at once. But when you're on 0 or 1 to 3 hearts, you're really trying to be careful at the same time, and it makes it A, slower, and B, just again, I still haven't gotten a fairy drop.
Yeah, we've got a couple of single hearts, but in the grand scheme of things, when you have 13 hearts, you want more than just a single heart drop here and there, because you're starting from 3 hearts every time you game over.
Yep, exactly. So taking the 1 death is the worst, because like you said, then you're just starting with 3 hearts, and so you have to beat all of it with just 3 hearts. And each time the dark nuts hit you, it's 2 hearts. Whereas if the fireballs hit you, I think it's half or 1 heart, so it's not so bad.
Does your route in any potions?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a potion before 9.
Okay.
Ooh, there we go.
That Gliok looks a lot harder, but because you have the white sword now, or the magical sword, I mean, it's a lot easier. It's only 9 hits total for the 4 heads, whereas if we had the wooden sword, we'd be sitting there all day.
Yeah, brutal level.
Very rough level 8, but that's just level 8 in a nutshell.
It really is. It kills a lot of speedruns, honestly. It's
Oh, yeah.
8 and 9. After you get past 4, the biggest speedrun killers are the recorder room in 5, not getting your river bombs in 7, and then 8 and 9. So we're routing for the potion here. So we're gonna just quick detour. And I need to remember to get the potion. If I get the heart container, I'm gonna cry. I've done that before.
I was going to say, you speak as though you've had experience doing this.
Yes, very much so.
I could absolutely see it, especially when doing commentary, just kind of zoning out and doing that and being like, wait a minute. That's not why we're here.
All right, so building up the count. Yeah, go ahead, Rupert.
Yeah, so he's trying to get his count up to at least 6 on the way to level 9, so that he can get an early bomb drop in once he enters level 9. So that was the purpose for him stopping to kill some extra enemies.
Yep. So it's 4 right now. We'll get another in couple in these rooms here. This room right here.
Should be 6, 7,
and 7. Yep. All right, so
level 9.
Yeah, the likes won't drop a bomb, but the green Zols will. So I just need to make sure my 10th one is on a green Zol. Nice.
There it is.
There we go. Not a moment too soon hitting that bubble.
Exactly. Totally fine hitting them after the bomb shows up.
Yeah, because if you had to pick up another count, like there's the old man room where you can damage him to up your count, if I recall.
Yep. And Patcher, you could force bombs, or I shouldn't say, there's a room bomb if you kill the first Patcher room. If you kill Patcher.
Oh, okay.
Am I going to get a beam here? We didn't get
also
the beam.
take it that since you're good on bombs, you may try for the Patcher one and skip.
Yep, and we got it.
Yep, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, this old man you could hit if you really want to build a count. You could sort him a bunch of times, although the fire will end up shooting fireballs at you.
I did not know that counted. Okay.
It does. The only reason I know is because I've seen it have to be used to save runs that were really hurting in level 9.
If we can get through here to what we call the reverse C room without losing any health, I'll do beam strats in that room, which is where you'll clip into the block and shoot enemies from afar with your beams. And it's like a super swaggy, cool strat. But not only is it swaggy and cool, it's fast. So that's what we want for the speedrun.
Here's the second Patra.
Got that. That one is scary. That's a block clip you gotta do quick, otherwise it'll haunt you. All right, let's see if we can clip in. Oh, he got me. It was gonna be swaggy and fast, but I got the one basically like horrible pattern where the 2 oranges spawn to the left. And that's the worst possible pattern you can get when you do that strategy. And it's pretty rare to get. It's not, like unheard of or anything, but, and you can get them both before they hit you, but you have to have like perfect timing. But we're fine. Totally, totally good. We used our potion. That's what we got it for. But hey, it was swaggy to clip into the block and get at least one of them.
Yeah. And these are the silver arrows to use on Ganon.
Yep. So yeah, literally the absolute worst possible pattern I could have had on that scenario there, but it's all good. Missed the reverse clip here.
Wizards are trolling.
They really are.
Yeah, you didn't get the clip first try.
Yeah.
Enjoy getting trolled. Oh, that damage on those was so high. Does Blue Ring reduce that damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reverse clip cost me sub 30 3 times before I actually got sub 30. So I missed that block clip into that diamond there. I missed it and ended up having similar things that happened there to my sub 30 attempts 3 times. So it's definitely not a free thing, if you will.
Oh, not by any stretch of the imagination.
All right, I have 7 bombs. I can use however the heck many I want here. Oh, that's a good rim.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo! Good pattern there. I don't have to take an intentional hit from one of the traps. If there's an orange whiz robe in your way, which can happen a little more than half the time, then you'll probably want to get hit by the trap instead of getting hit by the orange whiz robe. Hey, we got the swag screen.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I've never seen this before.
Yeah, if you bomb and it explodes right as you're leaving the room, you can get this swag screen. So we'll put it on silver arrows. Nice fairy too. Swag arrow, that's frame perfect.
So again, you have to hit him four times with the sword, hit him with the silvers, and that should be it.
Yep. So we'll do a quick
Great
changeover.
Ganon fight.
Thank you. Yeah, I got the best Ganon pattern. All right, so that's a 3704 for that one. We're going to switch games. I'm going to power off. I'm actually going to switch consoles because Metroid, your enemy pattern is dependent on your console. So I have my good Metroid console that'll give me good enemy patterns for Ridley. So that was Z1. Good job on that. And here's my Metroid cart. I have it signed by Metroid McFly. A lot of you will know him. And CHX42 is the current 80% world record holder among a lot of the other people that have signed it. So now we bless the original hardware gods that this powers on correctly.
Come on, original hardware gods.
There we go.
There it is.
Second try. All right, so we're going to go on to Metroid. And instead of doing any percent, and instead of going to Kraid first, which even in all bosses is not marathon safe, we're going to do all bosses instead of any percent, because that way you don't have to do the bridge skip, which is absolutely treacherous. If you don't get it first try, you're probably going to die and go all the way back to the beginning of Brinstar, which is the beginning of the game, basically. So instead of doing that, we won't do any percent. We'll do all bosses, where we'll fight both Kraid and Ridley. And instead of going to Kraid first, which involves a bunch of complicated wraps, and then if you fight Kraid first, you have to hit him 96 times with your pea shooter on basically minimal health. Yeah, we're not going to do that. That's not marathon safe. So we're going to do Ridley first, all bosses. But for my 30-10-5, I will be doing Kraid first, any percent. And to get into Kraid's room, you have to do a frame perfect left press on the D-pad, and you have to do it while your character is off screen, so you can't even see them. So you don't even have a visual cue. There's no audio cue, there's no visual cue, you just have to do it by feel. So hence why it's not marathon safe. So, like I said, we're just making our way over to Ridley. There's not a whole lot going on here other than we're gonna try to get this missile pack because we need it to get the ice beam. So we get this missile pack and then double back the way we came from and climb up towards Ridley.
You mind if I just let folks know about something that SGDQ will have?
Please do. Yeah, this is a good spot.
So SGDQ 2025 will feature an artist alley. So if you are an artist, a maker, or indie developer who would like to join GDQ in Minneapolis, you should apply by May 27th. It's the day before my birthday. Use !booth in Twitch chat for more information on that. So it's very exciting. It'll be the first time GDQ features an artist alley. And furthermore, SGDQ is going to be happening. It's going to be live in Minneapolis, Minnesota, July 6th through the 13th. So if you are interested in attending, you should make sure to register for the event by May 26th. Use !SGDQ in Twitch chat or visit GamesDoneQuick.com for more information. Or if you want to find out what our schedule looks like, because that just dropped today, you can go to gdq.gg/schedule.
So I got the unfortunate pattern here. I'm just going to wait these. I call them corns. They look like corn on the cob husks or whatever.
Oh, they do. They so do.
So I'm just going to wait on them to get out of the way. They can give you a better pattern or you could just keep going, but I got the bad pattern, so I'll just wait them out instead of trying to do fancy things to get past them. And we're actually, speaking of fancy things to get past them, we're going to get this E-Tank because, again, marathon safe strats. But the actual Ridley first... if you were to do Ridley first all bosses, you wouldn't be grabbing those E-Tanks because you don't need them to go as fast as possible. All right, we're door jumping, Rupert.
All right, so going to do a little screen wrap here. He's essentially pressing up and down on the D-pad till it gets to the point that he wants to. And he'll just pop out there, and so he gets to... This is pretty useful in this the speed run of this game. You can skip some fairly large sections and get through it much quicker. There is a way to essentially soft lock in this. I kind of figured that out when I learned this game for the Big 20.
Yep.
If you, it's actually, as far as like wrapping the screen around, that part itself is not that difficult. But if you mess up the input and I guess end on a down input and stuff, you can get soft locked in there. So it does carry some risk with it. Looks like we're setting up for another screen wrap.
All right, I need to make sure these croissants, as I call them, are moving off to the right. Because that'll, excuse me, that'll allow, so basically each enemy is in a slot in memory, and there's a certain number, like 5 or 6 memory slots for enemies. So if an enemy leaves the screen going to the right, then the next enemy that spawns in that same slot will be moving to the right. And that's going to be important because when I come to this next room here, you're going to see some blue and white enemies at the top, and I want them to be moving right, which is out of my way. Yeah, so this blue guy and that white guy, they're moving to the right, which means they get out of my way, so I don't have to stop. And this little purple dude on the ground there, he actually will... He will tell you this is not ideal. I don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah. I can imagine that's something that the little blue guy or purple guy would actually tell me. That this is not ideal. This ain't how it's supposed to work.
Just get a little bit of extra help. We'll be all right. But he's going to tell you whether Ridley will give you a good or a bad pattern. But because I have this console, I know he'll always show me that Ridley is going to give me a good pattern. What I mean by that is if this little purple guy goes all the way to the top of the ceiling, that will indicate a bad Ridley pattern. If he does anything other than go all the way to the top of the ceiling, it'll be a good Ridley pattern. So we are on the good Ridley pattern spawn. So my console did its job.
I'm very fascinated by the console model thing. Do you have 2 of the exact same type of NES, or is it 2 different types of NES, like a top loader and a side loader?
I have 2 toaster boxes, side loader NESs.
Yeah. Wow. So is it just like console dependent, like individual console dependent?
Yep.
Wow, that's actually kind of silly.
Is there a way to know which that you have for this particular scenario, or is it just you have to try it out and see what you get?
Got to try it out and see.
I'm wondering if it's based on like the age of like various components in the hardware. Maybe it is.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I just had to try different ones out. So, if you ever want to speedrun this game, and it's similar for crate pattern, like there's a good crate pattern and a bad crate pattern. And this console gives me both the good Ridley and the good crate pattern, which is nice. But yeah, it's trial and error. So if you're like trying to buy an NES console specifically to run Metroid, make sure you test it out first.
Well, I was trying to imagine that too, where if I'm trying to buy it from like a store or someone would be like, okay, let me play it for a bit. Nope, this one's not good. Let me try another.
Exactly. They'll probably be like, what the heck? But it matters. All right. I'm going to farm up a little bit of health here because we're not in the best health situation because I did go in that lava at one point. So this could take a bit. Oh, we'll take some missiles. That's always nice, helpful. We do have our good ballroom pattern. And I can tell by the way these pumpkins, the green and the orange pumpkins are cycling, that the ballroom will give me good patterns. And ballroom, you'll be like, what is that? Well, it's exactly as you'll see. There's just going to be tons of purple balls flying around the room. And the bad pattern is really annoying. So I should be fine with this amount of health. I just want to make sure, because each hit in this area in Norfair / Ridley's hideout is 24 health. So, right, 24, 48, 96. Now I have a handful of health that I can hit. Plus, I actually have 5 missiles, which is nice. I could missile some of the balls if I really want to. So we're fine on health now, and we'll go to the ballroom. And if you get hit by that ball immediately as you entered, you have the good ballroom pattern. And also if these 3 balls here just group up like this and just go away from you, you're fine. You don't have to dodge any other balls that are like flying at you. So that pattern will always be the same if you do the right thing. So I knew exactly what to expect there.
A little extra health and some extra missiles.
Exactly. That was the good thing about farming, right? Is you get that extra stuff there. So you saw me jump in midair. If you morph and roll off of a ledge, you can unmorph in midair and then it'll still preserve your jump because you technically hadn't jumped yet. And here's Ridley. This is the good Ridley pattern, like I said, because he just shoots all his fireballs straight over your head in a rainbow. Which
That explains the rainbow balls in the chat right now.
Yeah.
All right, so now I'm gonna in Metroid, for all bosses, we do up and A. Just like in Zelda, you can actually do up and A on the second controller, and then press start on the first controller. And what that'll do is it'll make your character take a death. And in this case, if you make your character take a death, you go back to the beginning of the area you were in. And like in Zelda 1, if you take a death, you go back to the beginning of the dungeon you're in or the beginning of the overworld. And so Zelda, the main category is no up and A. There is a pure any percent Zelda category as well, where you do this up and A. But in Metroid, for some reason, different communities, they defaulted to up and A as the main category. So we defeated Ridley, and by defeating Ridley, the mini-boss, now we have 75 missiles. And this is not the way to crade. I'm getting a safety E-tank here.
Yeah, there's a little safety E-tank up in the ceiling there. So he's got to line that guy up, and there's the E-tank.
Yeah, and everybody has different opinions on the music in this game, which one they like, which one they don't. A lot of people will say the Kraid's Lair music is their favorite.
I think that's how I feel about it too. I think that one's my favorite.
Personally, I like when you enter Norfair. I think that one's my favorite. Yep, The Legend of Metroid Brothers. And so that's the order I'm running, right? Legend of Zelda, of Metroid, and then Brothers being Super Mario Brothers.
I just want to see like someone come up with fan art for the GDQ Artist Alley that is just two Metroids dressed up as Mario and Luigi.
Oh, that'd be funny.
A Hyrulean shield and the Master Sword.
That'd be awesome. I'm not too worried about this room. Just freeze that guy, and go through. If they fly through the door here, and then you go through the door, you'll take damage. So you're like, oh, they left the screen, I'm good. And then you go through the door and you take a hit. It's like, what the heck?
Yeah, I've found that to be kind of an annoying mechanic in several places in this game of where you walk through the door and it's like an unavoidable hit.
So we're coming up to Kraid. Everybody say hi to Kraid. I'm going to try to get the E-Tank here. I always have to get...
how teeny the bosses are in this game compared to Super Metroid.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we got the E-Tank. That's the scary part. If you get stuck in the lava there, that can be annoying to get out of.
Yeah, it really is.
Everybody say bye to Kraid.
Bye, Kraid.
Bye, Kraid. He looks like a weird hedgehog.
Yeah, for real. And like with some Bowser in him.
Yeah. I have to ask, like, how much is lag management part of this game? Like, I assume, especially in like the Mother Brain room, it can be really rough.
Yeah, in some cases you want lag, and in some cases, most cases you don't. That Kraid E-Tank grab is actually a spot where I'd normally want lag because it makes it a lot easier to do the movement to get that. But because
okay.
Yeah, but because we're on the all bosses Ridley first route, you don't get the benefit of that lag. Whereas if you do Kraid first, for some reason you do get the lag. But you're right, lag management is important. A lot of times you'll see us even like shoot the door to reduce the number of things on screen, because the door counts as, you know, one of the things the game has to render and will impact whether you have lag or not. So here I'm waiting on these croissants to move to the left again, so that the left side croissants to move to the left, so that they are continuing to move to the left as I climb and are out of my way. One of those cases where going a little bit slower helps you go a little bit faster. And you see I shot the door there. It's for lag management. And the door randomly appears inside of the wall over there. So we're making our way to Torian. That was the big blue climb. That was actually a really good, smooth climb. I'm happy about that. And Torian is the last stop before Mother Brain.
As part of the gauntlet, we had at PAX East, we had the Damage Mother Brain challenge, where you start at the beginning of the Mother Brain room, have to make your way through the regenerative doors, and just to be able to damage Mother Brain once. And just all we could talk about was the lag and the fact that the room is full of SpaghettiOs and tomato sauce.
Oh yeah, the ragu.
Oh my god, how did none of us say ragu?
That's what Supersonic always calls the red lava in SMD1.
Supersonic calls everything food. Like in Super Mario Brothers 3, calling Fire Mario like
the chicken nugget or whatever.
The chicken nugget, yeah. Oh my god.
So Takate's doing a little farming here with the Metroids to pick up some missiles and extra health. And also, ideally, so that you waste less missiles when doing that, he'll have them come together so he can freeze 2 or 3 of them at a time, and he's able to hit all of them with the missiles instead of having to do those individually. There's a 75% chance that it'll drop 30 health and a 25% chance it'll drop a 30 missile pack. So there is a bit of randomness on that, on what it's going to give you.
some ugly patterns there in the what we have affectionately termed the zigzag room or rinka room. So we only need 75 missiles. As you can see, I have 154 right now. Or sorry, only need 73 missiles. So I can waste some farming and just try to grab a bit of extra health for some safety, because Mother Brain Room is pretty complex, as you'll see. All right, here's Mother Brain's room. We're going to try to blast the Zebtites, which are these barriers. They take 8 hits each.
And if you don't kill them quickly enough, they'll regenerate, and you have to use more missiles to take them out. So it is important to take those out rather quickly.
Oh yeah. I learned that the hard way. That was this room was the first time I had ever played NES Metroid ever. Shout outs to the PAX East Gauntlet.
Yeah, this room is, in my opinion, was pretty brutal. The lag, I guess, in my opinion, contributed a lot to that, just because there's so much going on the screen at once, and you have to, along with the lag, you've got everything you have to dodge here. So looks like I got through there pretty well, and I believe it takes 32 hits plus 1 to kill Mother Brain, the one to break the glass. He's going to back off here a little bit.
Yeah, that wasn't the kindest pattern. Game's giving me rough patterns on these rinkas. I'm actually going to blast them so they all go off screen at the same time. When they go off screen at the same time, they'll very often group up nicely above and below you, like that, to where you can just kind of not have to worry about them. All right, there it is.
Nice. Don't get stuck in the lava like I did.
Yeah, if you get stuck in the lava and you don't have the high jump boots or bombs, you soft lock down there.
Oh God.
You can't get out.
Yeah, I got stuck down there when I did the Big 20. Of course, this was the last game of the run, and I got stuck there, and I thought I was going to run out of time. I managed to finally get out of it, but this climb I thought it was kind of tricky too, but that's it.
There it is. So
that climb was anxiety-inducing. GG.
Think about when you're on PB pace, how anxiety-inducing that climb is.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I'm just going to switch controllers up here. I actually have a different controller for each game, too, as you tend to do when you try to speedrun things at high levels. So switching back to the original console. I could leave it on this console, but this console, like I said, is a little finicky. So I prefer to just have my other games on the other console. All right, so that was Metroid, and we have to do Mario 1 now, so we're going to have to show off my signatures here. Rupert was a clever boy and signed it on the side here. But, we got Cosmic, Darbian, Sumwest, some of your all-time great speedrunners that have signed this one. Met them all at Games Done Quick, right? So that's where you get them signed. Go to Games Done Quick and meet your friends. So here's Mario 1. Rupert, you can pretty much talk through this one.
Just hold right and jump. That's all there is to it. No, there's a little more to it than this. Yeah, there's a lot of precise movement in this game. The first level's not too bad, but it starts getting a little more difficult as the levels go on.
That's right. And actually, so I chose this specific controller because I do these one-frame A-jump flicks. And so my B and A button need to be able to do it so I can swipe my thumb nice and quickly.
And Takate's PB for this is 456.911, which at the time that he got it was 5th place for the category. The community has grown quite a bit since then, so it's now dropped down a bit for that, but which is also insane on how much the community has grown since then too. But this is a pretty tricky level. Jumping between the Koopas and the Goombas there is not the easiest thing to do. And then you've got the pipe jumps, and you only have a few frames to pull that off. But looks like this time around, no problem. One gets the Lakitu bounce. Always a fun trick to do. And it's really provides no benefit. It's just fun to do.
Yeah, absolutely no benefit.
Couple of pipe jumps here. The one of the more difficult levels is 4-2 as far as getting the wrong warp with that. So instead of taking the vine as intended, he's going to brush up against the walls and blocks to push Mario further to the right of the screen, and that'll allow him to take the pipe after the vine to get through the warp zone, which saves for this game, a pretty significant amount of time. And I believe he's going to go for 4 bumps here, which is a little more marathon safe just to make sure that he gets it. And you can see he's like kind of under the W and the O, and that's far enough so that you don't have to wait for the vine animation and the climbing animation, and it just puts you right there. So
glad to get that.
World 8. Yeah.
Check the Buzzy Beetle. It was good beetle.
Yeah. So there's a concept called judges here on whether or not you'll lose what's called a frame roll, which is, without getting too technical on it and stuff, is a difference of about 1/3 of a second. There is a backup that if he doesn't get the good judges, if he can hit the first pixel of that block that has the Starman in it, that can also be saved with this. Aside from that, 8-1 is just trying to avoid everything and having good execution with that.
Hitting your pipe jumps.
Hitting the pipe jumps. That looked like a pretty clean 8-1. And with 8-2, he's going to do looks scary, a jump under the spiny that comes down here at the beginning. Or over it, sorry. But that's kind of a scary jump. And you've got a bunch of bullet bills and Koopa Troopas going around here. And we'll see if he goes for the BBB strat. Looks like it. So that section after the huge pit there's a consistent setup that you can do to get a predictable Koopa pattern that makes going through that section quite a bit easier. Imagine a bus. I suppose we can imagine a bus. 8-3. The scary part of this is avoiding the hammer bros. You could jump on them like that. If you jump at the right spot, you can typically kill those, and then you've got the 3 single ones here at the end. And that most of the if they jump up in the air while you're jumping, if you let go of Ace soon enough, you can actually kill them on the way down. That's something that takes a bit of practice, but is a pretty consistent setup when you get that. And then here's 8-4, the last level.
Got through the scary stuff
with the first one. Yeah, got through the scary stuff.
Ooh.
Now I can come back and talk.
Let's see if he
This
gets the wall jump here.
Always just like gets me. Oh.
Missed the wall jump. No big deal. I did a lot of other cool things, so I'm fine with that.
Go through the water section here. Try to squeeze under the fire bar right here in the middle. That looks pretty good. So last room.
Time is when we hit the X. Unless Bowser trolls. There we go. Time.
GG.
GG.
That was about... So
pretty good.
Very, very good.
Oh, man. So, just looking at my splits there. Pretty good. Yeah. I was hoping to get around an hour, a little more, a little less. We had, as marathons tend to go, a little bit of some fun mishaps, but overall, 3 pretty good runs. So, that's it.
Like, that was an excellent showcase, and I really hope that you can eventually work towards hitting your goal of a sub 30, sub 10, sub 5 in one sitting.
Yeah, I do. I think it's very doable. I think it'll take multiple years, but got plenty of time to get consistent at it. And thank you all to chat for showing up and hanging out and all the GGs.
And thank you for being here on the show. Do you have any shout outs, the two of you?
Yeah, I first follow Rupert83, my commentator. He's awesome. If you love Mario speedruns, he speedruns, like I said, all 5. Mario 1, Mario 2, Mario 3, Lost Levels, and Super Mario World as one combination speedrun on the All-Stars version. A couple Z1 runners, shout out Green Mario, the world record holder. He's helped me a lot. Antlers44 has helped me a lot. And Epi94 is a new runner. He's probably going to be the next person to sub 30. And he's inventing some cool strats as a newer runner. That's pretty fun. So always good to have those people. Metroid, of course, my buddy CHX42. He's like one of my best friends and the world record holder in Metroid 80%. C Scotty W, the world record holder in all bosses. And of course, Mario 1, the whole Mario 1 community, too many to name, Cosmic, Somwest, Stuck in a Plate, all of you guys that are all my people that I hang out with, Roy, Rupert, and Nifsky, the world record holder, etc. So go check everybody out. And shout outs to chat, Kelsey, my girlfriend, and one of Rupert's moderators in here, Dangerous Pomplamoose. So that'll be it for me. What about you, Rupert?
I think you've pretty much covered about everyone. I was going to mention that I could have mentioned as well, but be sure to follow Takate. I heard he's pretty cool.
All right. A little bit.
Well, thank you both so much for being on, and thank you for submitting this really awesome multi-game speedrun. I hope folks pick this up. I think it would be really cool to see other folks pick this combination of games up. And stick around because we do have a... All right, everyone, welcome back to episode 43 of Passion Project, the speedrunning gaming variety show that is the best place on Twitch to show the world what you love the most in speedrunning and gaming. I've just failed the English language spectacularly, but you know who's not going to fail at what they're doing tonight? That's going to be Ray of Light, our next runner with the Legend of Zelda Randomizer with the Rookie Rumble 2024 flag set. She's going to absolutely smash this, so joining me right now is Ray of Light and her commentator, Leslie. We are going to have a great time with this. How y'all doing tonight?
I'm pumped. Sorry, Leslie, I didn't mean to talk over you there.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I'm excited to be a part of this. This is a very fun game, and I'm looking forward to showing this off to people. I'm sure many of you have already seen other seeds of this. Skybills did this in Frost Fatales. What was that, like a month ago or a little more than a month ago? And that was a very interesting flag set, a consternation flag set, which is a lot more difficult than what I'm doing here. This is meant to show off something that's a little easier to dip your toes into and give this a try. Leslie, if you want to introduce yourself.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Leslie Pro. I play Zelda 1 Randomizer, amongst a number of other things. And I also do commentary for Zelda 1 Randomizer and a few other randomizers as well.
All right. Well, actually, before we get started, can you tell me what is the deal with Rookie Rumble 2024 flags? Because I actually don't know anything about the different flag sets. I've had Consternation on my show many years ago, but I've never had this one.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Rookie Rumble is a tournament that they hold. I think they've done it every year since 2022. That's meant to be for people who are new to the randomizer and want to get into racing. So in this rule set for the 2024 version, the overworld is strictly first quest, so you don't have to worry about trying to find any flute locations outside of what is your normal level 7 from the first quest. You start out with the wood sword and a full set of 8 bombs, so you don't have to try and search those out right away. The white sword item that you normally get at 5 hearts in the base game is guaranteed to be the flute this time around, and you get it at 4 hearts. And the magic sword is guaranteed at 10 hearts. The other thing with this is that the dungeons are what they call shapes. So unlike Takate's run that just happened, you're not going to see the normal eagle, manji, lizard, and those shapes that you normally see from First Quest. These are going to be uniquely generated, and if we want, we might be able to have a little bit of fun trying to name each dungeon.
Oh,
That
God,
is
yeah.
part of the fun, really.
All right, well, whenever you are ready, I am happy to get the timer started if you could just count us in.
All right. Let me get... I have a tracker on my side that I'm not including on stream, just because it's not really... I don't want to say stream friendly because it's not like there's anything inappropriate, but there's just a lot of information and doesn't stream well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that ready to go. So I will go ahead and count us down. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, have fun, and may the seed be
All
kind.
right, so we are starting in the desert. I'm going to start up by heading east here. Oh, and yep, we have...
Oh boy.
Okay, this might be an interesting seed. I did have this vetted, so it shouldn't be too bad. But
Starting with a whiz robe out the gate is kind of rude, though.
yeah. So, okay, not a bad medium secret.
Yeah, so the money for the secrets range 25 to 40 on the medium secret, so that's towards the upper end of the scale. 1 to 20 rupees for the small secret, and anywhere from 50 to 100 on the large secret.
And that's a good example.
Speaking-
Oh, that's a very good large secret.
Well, speaking of,
All right. Let's check the Armos item here quickly. Okay. Go back. Okay, as long as this isn't a large secret. Okay.
so there's a money cap in this game that carries over from the vanilla game to the randomizer at 255 rupees. And Ray is at 205, is 50 away from the cap.
And I assume shops are also randomized in this instance.
Yes.
Yes, but that's not a shop, that is level 1.
We'll go ahead and do the up and A trick, similar to what was done in Metroid earlier. And all that really does is it resets my health. Okay, we've got Dark Nuts here. Okay, come on. There we go.
Nicely done. I let Ray have some serious time there to focus on that. Now we have ourselves the map of level 1. So, hey, chat. I hope to say this multiple times tonight. Name that ink blot.
That's a
Actually-
mouse cursor.
That's not what I thought, but yeah, that works.
It's either that or a Minecraft pickaxe in reverse.
Okay, floor item is a boomerang. This early in the seed, I guess I would pick it up. Normally I don't pick those up. But I see it as like a high heel shoe in profile.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, actually, I see it with the ankle strap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Alright,
definitely
so-
see it as a stiletto.
So we've got
Yep.
2 of our items already. We've got... I hope this is the right way to go with this key. Alright, Dodongo is along the coast, so level 2 is going to be somewhere Okay, I mean, we get our key back for a clue. I'm fine. But yeah, so Dodongo dwells along the coast. So that tells us that level 2... I should have just bombed up. Sorry, thinking. Yeah, so... sorry, I am really focusing on this.
It's fine, it's fine.
Zelda 1 combat is so hard. And a lot of it is due to the grid system of movement in Zelda 1.
Okay, so we know where the Triforce is. I want to find out what this other item is. So, I'm gonna guess right, because there's more rooms this way. Alright, this should be where our item is.
Yeah, so what we have here is a potential push block room. If nothing drops in this room, there's a chance that Ray will be able to push this block, and that would open a basement. Oh, there we go.
Alright, we have our Coast Heart as our dungeon item here.
Yeah, so level 1's going to have 2 items with Heart Shuffle turned off. 2 hearts early, probably not what we're looking for, but it's alright.
Yeah, I will not complain about extra health, especially with a Wizrobe overworld. Alright, so...
Also, chat was coming up with some very good names for that dungeon. I saw Big Boot, Stiletto, Hook Shot, E.T. from Atari.
Okay.
Like, you can tell a lot by how someone identifies their ink blot dungeons.
Alright, just a money-making game, so we'll ignore that. We can go up to where level 2 is normally located.
Which is still going to look like its first quest counterpart. Now, when you add in mixed first quest and second quest, that's a recorder screen.
Alright, I am going to ignore that secret because I don't want to waste potentially, 120 rupees.
Yeah, that's fair. Money can be a very important resource in Zelda 1 Randomizer.
Oh, no, game.
Okay, game is starting to play hardball here.
I'm probably gonna die here. Oh, that was a good, Yep, there it goes.
Oh, that is what Wizrobes do. They tend to do all the rude stuff. That one was literally the surprise.
Yep.
Not much you can do.
All right, so I did a lot of what was over there on the east, although there was still like the peninsula and everything. Oh, and Lionel's. Oh no, oh no. Oh, I've got some other things that I can check. I'm gonna look for easier combat here, like things that are blocked by not Wizrobes and Lionels. All right.
And now I get to bring up one other thing about this flag set is that with extra candles on your wood sword cave, if you already have it, you can pick up a free candle.
And that opens up a lot here. Because there's a number of spots over here that we can burn. Okay, and we've got our hints. Okay, so before I grab these hints, I'm actually going to save, and then I'll come back. So what this is going to let me do is buy the hints, and then I can do a retry, and I'll have all my money back.
And the mileage on this strat may vary, but on seeds with not a lot of money, this could be very helpful.
All right, so we don't need the raft from that hint. So the only thing that the raft might have is like take any or something like that. Red candle
Or mags.
Yep. Yeah, that's also possible. So this hint here, Gliok returns. So hints like that are telling us what dungeon certain items are in. And so Gliok returns. Okay, step over the water to reach the red ring. I want to check the coast now all of a sudden. But Gliok returns. So Gliok is the boss of 2 different levels. Ooh. Okay, it looks like it's just that one, so I'm not going to worry too much. But Gliok is the boss of level 4 and level 8. So, oh, geez, that was bad on my part. I'm going to take a different way to get to the coast. And it'll allow me to also get some more burn and bomb spots out of the way. But, yeah, Gliok returns tells us that because he's returning, that's his second appearance, which would be level 8. The other dungeons are, in order, Aquamentus for level 1, Dodongo for level 2, Manhandla for level 3, Gliok for level 4, Digdogger for level 5, Goma for level 6. I'm almost forgetting burn spots here. Goma for level 6. Wrong. And then Gorilla Grumbles for level 7. So the reason why they have Gorilla in there instead of Aquamentus returns is just so it's easier to identify the level name. I'm not going to buy anything from there just yet.
Yeah, so what you see there is the shop prices being randomized. Bombs range anywhere from 1 to 40 rupees. Unfortunately, got on the higher side this seed, so not great.
I'm going to come back to this in just a moment. I want to see what these other 2 spots are. Okay. Part of me wants this to be number 3. Nope, just a door repair.
That is a door repair, and shout outs to Skybills, who has played a number of these seeds. That right there is her favorite door repair message. No loitering.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Who approved all these wizards in the overworld?
And is it? Okay, it is there. Okay. So I need to find the ladder. That's going to be like the big thing for me here. And I just realized I forgot to reset after saving. Not that it matters too much. I'm not losing out on much. I'm actually going to go ahead and do a retry here to get my money back because I know what all that stuff was. So there's no real need for me to do any of that stuff again. But I want to try and get some more of this stuff that's been left up here at the northeast. Of course, anytime I'm looking at my tracker or the mini-map, I walk into a Landmola.
Or in my case, I walk into a door frame.
I'm not taking those stairs.
Yeah, those stairs looked out of order.
All right, we'll do these first and then backtrack.
Also, for the folks at home, if you're curious on what's coming up on Hotfix, you can check out this week's schedule and explore our full season lineup at gdq.gg/hotfix. That's also where you get to learn how to submit to Hotfix. We have a bunch of different shows. This was actually a submission to Random Number Generator, but I was like, hey, I'd love to show this on the show. And Sky Bills and I worked together when I ran Never Before Seen. I was like, hey, are you cool if I show this off? And she was like, yeah, absolutely. Because I like showing things that belong on other shows too. Like, if you like randomizers like this, just check out her show, Random Number Generator, that focuses on randomized challenges like this.
We got our heart out of the... Oh, okay. I'm going to see if I can get the item. Oh, that...
Oh, gosh. That is a whole lot of nope.
I'm gonna give it a try. Well, why not? Oh, and they immediately come after me. Okay, nope. No.
Yeah, those are the. Those are the fast ones.
I was trying to set up a block clip, but they just decided to come right at me. I'm gonna try this and hope that maybe our item is right here. On the off chance that maybe these guys will drop the ladder. Because remember, in level 2, for those of you who might not remember with original Legend of Zelda, level 2 has no item under the stairs. Okay, so we just got a power bracelet on the floor there.
My butter croissant.
Yep. Let's see if we can find our Triforce. Okay, we're just gonna go up one room. Or is it 2? No, it's still...
I believe it's...
Oh, no.
Oh, these again.
Okay, we are coming back for that later.
That's disgusting.
Seems correct to come back later.
That is a I will deal with that when I have ladder and red ring.
And maybe anything but wooden sword too.
Any sort of combat upgrade would definitely help.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's just I'm gonna just keep it as an unknown secret for now. One of these shops is bound to have a blue ring. We'll call that shop with arrows. I'll just try to keep in mind that those are also shop with bombs. Or maybe I'll do it the other way around, that's probably better. Okay, and that's just a secret that I'm not going to learn about right now. Alright, so now we're going to backtrack a little bit. There's one more bomb spot over in this area that I can hit, and then we will take the other way around to where those red whiz robes were, and not have them block the stairs. Level 8. Let's go ahead and poke around in here. Okay, map right away.
Man, it's a big one, too.
I don't know what to call this.
Yeah, I think we need some... Oh, gosh, no.
Okay.
Chad, I think we need some help naming this sink plot as Ray up and A's away from those danger noodles.
And we have a ladder block.
We call that a Chevy run. Because it looks like the Chevy logo.
I'm with Chad on this. It looks kind of like the tornado that comes by when you use the recorder to warp.
Okay, yeah. Okay, but we have a very easy Triforce. So I'm just going to grab that from the like, and now, once I find the flute, it'll be very easy to come back and explore more of that. We know that one of the items in that dungeon is going to be the red candle. We just need to find out what the other one is going to be. There's no reason for me to grab that. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, there's a reason Sky has a rude Wizrobe emote. Because these guys are very rude.
There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Because there is a push block spot here that we can check. And it's just another secret. I have found 1, 2, 3, at least 5 secrets that I'm not picking up because I have all the money. One thing that you're not going to see from me in this seed is screen wrapping, because I have not learned how to do that yet. So while Takate could do stuff like screen wrap from that room where the Wizrobes were into level 5, I don't know how to do that, so I just have to go up the mountain. But this was our white sword item. And so instead of it being the white sword, it was the flute. That means that I can now warp back to any dungeons that I have picked up the Triforce. Ooh, and do I poke 7?
I know 7 can be pretty nasty, but I'm curious what's in here.
By a lake is an entrance to death. Okay.
Someone in chat asked, are likes in Zelda 1, are they pancakes or cookies? There's no way these are cookies. There's definitely
yeah, these are
pancakes.
These are absolutely pancakes.
Yep, absolutely pancakes.
If they were just strictly round lines and they didn't have the squiggles on the side, like, I could totally see cookies, but they've got syrup. You can't deny that.
Yeah, no denying it here.
I only have 1 bomb right now, and I don't really want to waste it. So I'm just going to go ahead and up A out of this. We can try doing what's called a pirouette, which, yep. So anytime that you're in a dungeon where there's where there's a door here, whether that's a locked door or a bomb wall, if you leave the dungeon and go back in, that door will now be open. Ooh. All right, so we might have to come back with a bow.
And it makes that room even worse, or BMOS.
Yeah.
Now, this was... And like A Link to the Past, you can't just... Ooh.
I'm taking it. Okay, it's only a +3, but that's fine.
Yeah, so the bomb upgrade can be cost anywhere from 75 to 125 rupees, and the upgrade can be +2 bombs up to +6 bombs.
It's an interesting Goma spawn.
Yep.
But most importantly, with the bomb upgrade is the bomb refill.
100%.
Yes.
And we have silvers. Okay.
Okay.
Guess we don't need to buy those arrows after all.
Nope. So those shops are now just if I need really expensive bombs. Oh, hi.
Hi, Patra.
I am not going to deal with that on wood sword, no ring.
Yeah. Patra with no combat upgrades sounds like a large bowl of nope. Oh, I got the conga line.
Yep, I will say as someone who has done the wood sword only Patra, this is the lake that has level 9.
Not what I was expecting. All right, we are going to head west.
Yeah, in the Zelda 1 randomizer community, Never 7 is very much a thing, but this seed really said otherwise. Like, that was the Saver Metrics poll, which is a meme that comes back from the Crystal Saver RC drone match in a past Zelda 1 random tournament, where Saver went to 7, RC drone went to 9, because you have 2 items in 9. Silvers were in 7.
Ooh.
Almost got away from those blue Lionels, but not quite. All right, so that's a potion spot. And I don't have this marked on my... So I don't remember if I actually went in here. Okay, it's just a money-making game. I think I did go in there. But now we're going to go ahead and check what people generally call Candle Row. It's 4 spots in a row that all have candle spots. I'll grab this one. And of course it's a large. Somehow I knew it was going to be.
Like, I can reasonably
like
grab
the
one of
game
these.
knows.
It's like, would you like to waste some rupees?
And would you like fries with that?
I mean, at least I know where there's going to be a bait shop near start. Just in case. All right, door repair. That's what, like 3 of them? Only 3 of them?
Yeah, I think so.
Normally, this far into the game, I found like 6.
Oh,
Okay.
there's another one.
Okay.
Yep. There we go. Now, ideally, you want to knock those out, stumble into those early to where nothing of value is lost. Not
Thankfully,
always the
there's-
case, though.
Yeah, thankfully there's a lot of secrets that we haven't picked up that we don't know the sizes of.
Yeah.
We've seen like a bunch of secrets when we had max rupees.
Okay, so there's another one of our any roads. So three of them are basically pointless, at least. Okay, potion shop at Vanilla Start. No, I didn't want to go back in. Come on.
I hate when I do that.
Yeah, same here.
Bomb shop. And now we've got a couple of spots over here that we can burn, along with a push block spot.
The shop keeps saying you can't handle the truth, and it's like, well, you can't handle the truth if I already have silvers. I don't need to buy your arrows.
Okay.
So now that we're in level 6, I'd like to mention a thing about the shapes algorithm that is... Well, it's how the dungeons are made. Levels 1 through 6 share an 8x16 grid. Levels 7 through 9 share an 8x16 grid. Of the first 6 dungeons, level 6 tends to be the largest of the first 6 dungeons in the algorithm.
Yeah.
A couple of chocolate chips, some Stalfos, and a couple of dark nuts.
All I know is those souls make me hungry.
It's true. There's a whole room that's them and some pancakes. It's the chocolate chip pancake room. At least in vanilla.
Okay, which way should I go? Up or right?
Or there's a third option. Try to see if that ball will let the bomb wall.
Nope.
Not this time.
I'm gonna go up.
When you said there's a third option, I was expecting a flip a coin and hope it lands on its edge moment. I was like, I didn't know we were making Legacy of Kain jokes.
Wrong item.
Unfortunately, Bubbles remain as rude as ever, taking away your sword.
Well, I mean, I should probably just try to bomb here, to be honest, because I don't have any keys. Yeah. I might have to come back here when I have more keys. I can try bombing to the right. But the room up above this has a vertical moat. Yeah, okay. We're gonna have to come back here when there's more keys.
Is the any key in the item pool?
Yes.
With these settings?
Yes.
Okay.
And also to answer something I saw in chat earlier is that important items in this flag set cannot be in level 9 except the silver arrows.
Right, okay. That's actually really nice that it's not going to force you to dip into 9 without, being able to prepare beforehand.
Right.
Yeah, so by that logic, the ladder cannot be in level 9.
Yeah, the ladder, any of our swords.
I mean, white sword could still be, which would be kind of stinky,
Oh,
but...
yeah.
It
It really depends on where magical sword is wound up.
With the way that I play, if I end up in 9 without the magical sword, I'm usually not very happy. I tried to go right there. I don't know what just happened, but
Getting gridded.
Yep.
Absolutely, I was just about to bring that up. That is getting gridded, which is where you hit your input one way, but you decide to go 90 degrees in a different direction for a bit.
Thanks, Z1.
But yeah, I definitely subscribe to the chest jerk mantra of gotta have heart. Speaking of which.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Also, geez, that screen, this screen right here with 5 Wizrobes? Were the vetters of this seed okay? When they vetted this seed?
This actually isn't all that bad, which is saying something. I've definitely seen worse even on a Rookie Rumble seed.
I believe it. Just the Wizrobes in the overworld in particular are just so incredibly rude.
Just the other day while I was practicing for this, I ended up with a seed with both Wizrobes and Darknuts in the overworld in quite a bit of abundance, and still clocked a near PB for me.
Nice. Also, to answer the question in chat, ninth dungeon has been found. We know where level 9 is. We're just looking for... And there's a few dungeons we can't get any deeper into without things like ladder or more keys or the any key or some more damage upgrades. So, there's definitely a lot more. Well, we've entered 9, but... No, we haven't walked into 9.
Yeah, we found where 9 is.
But yeah.
But, okay, we already knew that. This isn't like the tournament that just wrapped up this past week where you could actually get into 9 without the full set of 8 Triforce pieces.
Yes.
You have to find all 8 to be able to get in. So while I found it and stepped in, there wasn't anything more that I could do.
Yeah, you can walk in the front door, but that's about it.
Right, and speaking of the most recent tournament that wrapped up, that was the Random Force tournament, because named so because it could be 5 to 8 Triforces to enter level 9. In fact, both finalists in that tournament were in the initial Rookie Rumble back in 2022, Optimal Point and Just Andy. And that best of 5 set went 5 games.
Wasn't it Druis and Just Andy?
Oh, right. Why did I have somebody else's name in mind? Never mind. I am a goof.
No, you commentate for a lot of Z1R tournaments as it is. I can imagine getting wires crossed is not, like, uncommon to happen, honestly.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely possible, especially when you have the same runner or runners that share randomizers that you do commentary for.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it gets real fun.
Okay, now that is a great clue. I love it. And I just looked at my tracker and realizing an important spot, actually technically 2 important spots that I should have checked a while ago. So we're going to hit those right now.
Like, hey, Octorok, how much money do you got? I got $6.
So one spot north of here is one of our last 2 remaining Armos checks. And we haven't found our item yet. That's not what I wanted to touch.
Armos is zooming.
Yeah, oh,
They call that screen Death Armos, by the way.
Yep, they call it Death Armos for a reason. Alright, I'm gonna head right back there because I know which Armos I need to activate. That was a bit of grid shenanigans again. I'm gonna go this way, because I think this
and you just barely missed a sword from a Lionel.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna hope that one heart is well. I'm gonna get to that ferry again in the Deadwoods. Just to be safe. Nope. And this is why I'm still new, or why I'm still a rookie.
Some enemy setups are nastier than others. That one looked particularly bad.
I will take the hit from the Zora over the one from the Lionel.
Also, while we have a moment, chat, if you like what you're seeing so far and want to give this a try, please drop into the Zelda 1 Randomizer Discord, which will explain all the ins and outs of the randomizer, including how to get started as well. Got a lot of great people in the community as well.
Indeed, and if you want to, speaking of joining communities, as I post the Z1R Discord link in the channel, if I can type proper. There we go. That's the Z1R Discord link. And speaking of joining communities, if you're looking to get more involved with the GDQ community, you can join the official Games Done Quick Discord and add the hotfix role to stay in the loop on upcoming events, chat with staff, and more. Use !Discord in Twitch chat for an invite to the GDQ Discord and get more information there.
All right, and just to quickly recap what we just had happen here, that Armo spot was a door repair. We are down to 2 door repairs remaining in the entire seed. So both of them are probably up here in Death Mountain, which is where I'm heading. We'll see what that's like. But we also know that the Armos spot that's up here is going to be the one that has our item. And part of me is wondering if I should have come up here, like, 10, 15 minutes ago for potentially a ladder. We'll go ahead and grab this. Okay. I probably shouldn't have, but whatever.
He's fine.
All right, let's see what's in vanilla level 6. All right, this one I'm not going to grab. We're only... Oh, well, actually, we're still looking for 3 dungeons. We're still looking for 3, 4, and 5. There's 3.
Well, there's one of them right there.
Yep.
Very pleasant powder blue, or a whooper blue almost.
Yeah, I can definitely see the whooper color here.
Okay. Okay. Let's name this ink blot, and unless this is the ladder right here, we are blocked out of 3.
Oh, that's like a... Oh, God. I don't know what kind of wrench that is, but it's like one of those clamping wrenches. Hold on. I'm gonna Google this.
Allen wrench, monkey wrench. Those are the only 2 I can think of.
It might be a monkey wrench. Hold on. Monkey wrench.
Okay, yeah.
It looks like a monkey wrench.
But yeah, we can't do anything else in this 3 right now. We are ladder blocked out of here. I'm gonna check the Armo spot because I know it's a guaranteed item. And I have a feeling it's the ladder. No, it's not. It's the magic boomerang. We are not going to touch that thing. Armo spot, magic boomerang, don't care. That was another unknown secret. There's only one secret that we haven't found. There's also 2 door repairs that we haven't found. Okay, shop that I don't care about. I need bombs. There's only one more spot over here that I can check without bombs. And unless I get a bomb dropper from an enemy, or that is a shop in the one spot I can check, we're gonna have to go back and buy some.
Do we know of a shop that sells bombs right now?
Yes, I know of a couple.
Okay. And we definitely have some secrets to play with, so we do have some trendy games if needed, so
yeah,
money can be messed with if need be. Oh, that's an
didn't make
incredible
it.
Oh, that's
rude
a
hallway.
disgusting scream.
Yeah, did not make it. Alright, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna flute to where level 8 was. Okay, a little health refill is always nice.
Yep. Also, one quick thing about the recorder song is that, yes, that too can be randomized. So, chat, can you name that sound?
Yeah, because I actually can't.
Oh, I'd have to hear it again.
Yeah, I'll be playing it again a few times.
Yeah.
All right, so we can get some more. And of course,
It's a large one.
Of course, that was the last large one.
That's also a large secret in the vanilla game too.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go ahead and save that just in case. There is one more hint shop that might be helpful. Although at this rate, probably not too much. Where am I going? We'll go this way. There's a couple of bushes to burn over here. Did I not? I thought I did get this one. Oh yeah, no. Was this a? That was either a door repair. It was something not important because I didn't mark it.
Yeah, usually if it's not important, I'll just mark it as an X.
Okay.
That you did not burn.
Yeah, that one I knew I
Yeah.
didn't burn.
Suddenly, I'm glad we have max rupees.
We know that this means that the very next thing I'm finding is the ladder. We're going to find like level 4 in one of the burn spots over here. That's not the right way. We're gonna find level 4 in one of these burn spots just under level 1. And if I focus on the game instead of trying to talk, I might actually go the right way. But it's going to have the ladder in it. That's just the rule of Rando.
Oh,
That's good.
Pretty good escape though.
Yeah.
when would you suggest is a good point to take a break so that we can make sure folks are taking care of themselves and whatnot?
I think I'm good pretty much whenever.
Okay. Do you have a couple more spots that you haven't been to yet?
So the everything else at this point is up in Death Mountain. So basically, I guess maybe we come back from break and I explore Death Mountain.
That sounds good to me. We can actually go ahead and take a quick break right here. And just a reminder to everyone, Black in a Flash's summer speedrunning celebration, Juneteenth, is going to be live on the GDQ channel from June 19th to the 22nd. If you want to find out more, type !Juneteenth. You'll get the full schedule, and you can visit gdq.gg/BAF to learn how you can join the Black in a Flash community. We'll be right back as we tackle Death Mountain and try to find our ladder right after this break. Hello everyone, welcome back to Passion Project, the best place on Twitch to show the world what you love the most in speedrunning and gaming. We're with Ray of Light and Leslie Pro, and we're about to tackle Death Mountain checks. Go ahead and take it away.
All right. Excuse me. We can go ahead and get started here in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so no, that's gonna take me to level 2. What am I doing? Yeah, so we've already checked essentially the entire overworld except for Death Mountain. So that is where we're going to go next. Unfortunately, I don't really have a fast way to get there, so we are going to have to just hoof it. It shouldn't be all that difficult. There's going to be enemies in the way, obviously, but we did just pick up the blue ring right before break, and that's going to make it a lot easier to deal with some of these enemies, just because we will only be taking half damage from them. And from there, we can go ahead and bomb, I think, every spot that's up there. We don't have enough money to buy any more bombs, so we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed. I am going to, however, just to play it a little safe, I'm going to stop off at this ferry here.
So in a vanilla speedrun, I know that like there's the forced bomb drops. Have you ever I know that like you're probably a little newer to like the rando overall. Like correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure how long you've been running Z1R actually.
I've been running it since like late December, early January.
Okay. So genuinely actually not all that long.
Right.
And so I'm curious if you've experimented with utilizing like forced bomb drops at all through the randomizer, where like you do enemy kills without taking hits, and the 10th one when you defeat with a bomb, it drops bombs.
So I know of it and everything, but I haven't actually gotten to the point where I've been able to keep track of my enemy kills and forcing the bomb drops.
Gotcha. It's difficult.
Yeah, it's something that's on my list to learn, but hasn't been done quite yet.
Yeah, I was just curious if it was a thing that like you had experimented with yet, because it's not like I speak lightly about it, but it's like it's definitely not an easy thing to like pick up and do, because
right,
especially in a rando setting where especially when you're doing Enemizer or like enemy rando, where not taking damage can be the bigger challenge than counting.
Yeah, definitely on my list of stuff to learn. Okay, we found level 4.
Heck yeah.
I like that we found 4. 4 is one of the better ones to go through along with 1, 2, and 3. Let's hope that we are not ladder blocked. Okay, so that's a decently large 4. And we might be key blocked.
Jeez, I'm trying to figure out, is that like a weird windmill? No, that's gotta be like, I know what that ink blot is.
What is it?
That ink blot is, if you've ever played Sonic and Knuckles or Sonic 3 and Knuckles, that is the boss of Mushroom Hill when it's still in its satellite form.
Okay.
Before you destroy the satellite.
Yeah.
And it pops up and becomes the actual, like, eggplant gourd pear-looking boss. But that looks like the satellite dish.
Okay, yeah.
Tracks.
I see it.
I see it too, and it's been years since I've played Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Someone else saying it's shocked Pikachu, and you know what? I see it. I actually see it.
All right, we are key blocked out of 4.
We're key blocked out of 4 and out of 3, I think?
Yeah.
4 and 6.
Well, we're ladder blocked out of 3.
Was lag.
It was 6 that had a lot of keys.
Yeah, you're right. I'm mixing them up.
All right, we found our letter for potions, which I'm not going to be able to afford right now. We have found where all the secrets are, so I can go back and buy grab secrets as needed.
Now we can go buy money. It's fine. That's what I do when I'm poor. I go buy money. Zelda out here spending all her rupees on blue jewelry.
Yep.
I mean, it's honestly, the
Okay.
blue ring is very, very helpful.
This is our last dungeon.
Okay. All right, Dig Dogger. Oh, I could not place that tune even if I wanted to.
Could this be our item right
Same.
away? Nope. Rule of 5, first stairway is always the transport.
It's that you wanted the game to run at full speed. You're funny.
Yeah, this is a game that tends to lag when you get a lot of projectiles on
We
screen.
got our ladder.
Oh, no.
Or not our ladder, our map.
That is an interesting map. Hey, chat, name that ink block.
Pea shooter from Plants vs. Zombies.
All right, and we have to use the transport. If I somehow get enough rupees, I can come back here and very easily buy a bomb upgrade. So one thing that I haven't talked about is my ability to quick swap my items. So
yeah.
one of the quality of life features of Zelda 1 Randomizer is the ability to make the select button swap your B item rather than pause the game. So it makes it easier for me to cycle through and get to what it is that I want to be able to fight or use. And of course, it's going to be on that side. So we found where our floor heart is. Oh, good, we've got a key. I don't know what I want more out of this
finally had a
dungeon,
key.
the ladder or the any key.
Oh, that's a good question. Well, one could certainly lead to the other.
Yeah,
Does Recorder kill the Pulse voice in this game?
no, unfortunately not.
I'm thinking of the Ocarina and Link's Awakening DX and the Animal Friend flutes in the Oracle games.
Mhm.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh.
I mean, there's one room in Link's Awakening where you throw a pot to defeat a pulse voice.
Yep.
Yeah, that's in the second dungeon, I believe.
Yep, that it is. Unfortunately, pot throwing is not in this game because Link wasn't doing any lifting until A Link to the Past.
Oh yeah, he does not lift in Z2 either. I had to stop and think about that for a second.
I might just have to up A out of this.
Yeah, those what are they doing? Okay. What are y'all doing?
They're getting
Oh,
stuck in a room they're
gosh.
not designed to be in. That's what they're doing.
Yes, it's true, chat. If you do blow into the microphone that the Famicom disk system has on the controller that the NES did not, that would kill Pole's voice as well.
Yeah.
You can also just shout really loudly at them, and those die from getting shouted at. That's a mood, honestly, a whole mood.
Indeed.
Okay, so I'm starting to think I don't need to up A unless
Yeah,
I take a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But blue ring makes it easier.
Come on, Pole's voice, stop playing in the walls.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I will take that. Because that's better than going down to 3 hearts.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Game is very
Take
gracious.
those bombs. Yeah, someone has pointed out in chat the irony of Zelda walking into her own prison. in that Pulse
Yeah.
voice room.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
we're cooking. Where's the any key? Give us the any
Oh,
key.
this is going to be interesting. I can try something here. Oh, no, wrong. Okay, so I want to stay up here. So hopefully he'll come up here closer to me. Oh, and it's a...
Ooh. So what Ray was trying to do there was a Kanana key, which, if the door had opened and not needed the push block, Ray would have easily been able to just phase right through the door to pass through it without having to spend a key. Only works when you don't have keys, though.
Yeah. Alright, we're building up our money again. I'm not going to grab the Triforce just yet. I want to see if I can go down and see if the item is down in this lower section. Because there's 5 rooms over here that I haven't explored, so there's a good chance. And if it happens to be the any key, I can get to my heart container, which is also very nice. Oh, and of course that one's going to troll me a little bit. And we're ladder blocked out of these 3 rooms. So...
It's always the ladder.
Yep. We were mentioning it during break. It always seems to be the ladder in Zelda 1 Rando for some reason.
If it's not the ladder in Zelda 1 Rando, if you play Link's Awakening Rando, it is always the feather.
Okay.
Yeah, I can imagine that too.
Yeah.
That's a game I grew up with, by the way, and yeah, the feather's importance is tremendous to that game.
Yeah, the randomizer does alter the layouts a little bit just to allow you to explore a little more without Bracelet or Feather, but both Bracelet and Feather are like monumental in Link's Awakening Rando, for sure.
In fact, Link's Awakening has not 1, but 2 bracelets.
It's true, the level 1 and level 2.
Alright, so yeah, it's not up here. So the item in here is ladder blocked, meaning it's going to be either like the bow or the any key or something like that. So we're going to go ahead and finish up this dungeon, hopefully without too much problem. Just to get rid of the moblin, at least. This is an annoying room with the bubbles, and we're going to try to see if maybe we can change the enemy priority. Okay, that's good. So it looks like the moblins have spawn priority, meaning I don't have to fight the Pulse voice in here, and that makes this a lot easier.
Oh, yeah.
So now I can get that. So we have all the dungeons. At this point, we are looking for... I mean, we're looking for whatever dungeon will let us find its item. That said, I'm also poking around to see if I can find where the magic sword is. All right, there's only one door repair left. But yeah, we're gonna see what dungeons will allow us in further to explore. Level 2 might not be a bad idea now because I have a little bit of defense.
I do know that there were a couple of dungeons you noped out of because of certain rooms being very overwhelming without any sort of combat upgrade.
Yeah, and that there is our last door repair. We have found all 9 door repairs.
What a thing
All
of
9
beauty.
instances of an old man yelling, "No loitering!"
No loitering.
All right, so I just want to see where Magic Sword is just to kind of get that little bit of exploration fully out of the way. And by any chance I end up with take any spots. But this is a good example of what a full clear looks like. Because there's only 3 spots left to check.
Oh, I remember this hallway. This hallway's bad.
Yeah, no, this is... Oh, no. Okay. Well, I guess that's going to be a thing to check out later. I'm going to do a health refill, and then I'm going to jump into... I'm going to start with level 2, because it's going to be the smallest level. Oh, well, no, we've already found our items out of that one, so... we might actually just loop back to 5. And if we loop back to 5, we can walk down to where level 3 is. Well, no, we're level back down to 3. So what's... Is it... I think... Does it have to be level 6 at this point? Does that...
Level 6 where we need keys, right?
Level 6 is where we need keys.
Yep. And then there's level 8 where one of the items is a red candle. So if you go into a basement staircase, you have a 50-50 chance of finding something else.
You know what? I think we're gonna do 8. That might be... It's a big level, but... Oh, man.
Actually, this is a Kananaki setup room.
Yeah, it is. Come on.
There are a handful of keys that she could buy with the secrets that she didn't pick up, but we've lost all of our large secrets. I don't know how many smalls are left.
What? Say 2?
4 medium,
2 maybe?
4 medium, and 2 smalls are left.
Okay. And the smalls seem to be 6.
Yeah. And there's 4 secrets that we can easily get right here. Like all around this level. So 2 of them are guaranteed to be...
Ooh.
Okay, we've got another...
Yeah, that right there is a Kananaki, but the one caveat is that if Ray doesn't walk back through that door, that key door respawns once she leaves the dungeon.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so that's why I went back. And we've got another Kananaki here.
Hi, Aquamentus. Hi, Aquamentus.
Alright, so... Not a push block. Oh, this game really, really wants me to do horrible things to Pole's voice.
Yeah, it's been very aggressive on the large amounts of Pole's voice. with wooden sword.
It just looked at what we normally do for Super Metroid and said, kill the animals.
Oh, that is a very good place for a clock because now all these Pulse Boys are frozen in place and Ray can honestly just tee off without any fear of taking damage whatsoever.
Chat, I am having a wonderful time. I hope you all are as well.
And we got some bombs out of it. That's nice.
Nice.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go this way. And we're immediately
Ladder locked
Rude.
Dig Dogger room. Yay!
Oh, I hit the wrong button.
So to answer a question from chat, when you pick up a clock, it lasts as long as you are on that screen.
Yes.
And of course it has to be one that splits into 3.
At least it didn't-
Normally, you could deal with this by leaving the room, but you can't when the door's locked behind you and the mini Dig Dogger runs right down.
Alright, we are gonna get these secrets that are right here. And hopefully buy some keys. I think the keys were fairly expensive though. Oh no.
Yeah, one of the keys was definitely over 200 rupees. Another one I remember being about 90 rupees.
Yeah, I want to say they were 90 for the... Oh, but what... what shops were they in? I don't remember.
Also, for the folks who are asking how is Zelda in the game as a playable character, yes, it is a modification that you can do with the randomizer that we're playing. The randomizer allows you to choose different custom sprites, including playing the game as Zelda.
And what's fun about playing as Zelda is when you get to level 9 and rescue, as we call them, the kidnapped. The kidnapped is actually Link.
Had to think about that one for a second. The Octorok took so long to appear.
Yeah. Alright, so we can go down to Vanilla 2. And that's our last secret in this immediate area. And that'll give us enough to buy at least a key, if I can find it. All right, so those are our last two small secrets. So the two that are left in Death Mountain, so the one at Vanilla 6 and the one just east of the Armos spot. That's where our last two medium secrets are.
And that wouldn't even max out our rupees as it is, so because they're 37 each, I think.
Yep.
That's right.
We're gonna see if we can get down here. I think keys were in the shop with the bait. Nope.
Not this one.
Or were they in the bomb shop? God, my memory is so terrible right now.
Yeah, the bomb shop had arrows and keys, if I'm remembering right.
Yeah, that sounds right. So the nearest bomb shop is up here in the peninsula. If I can remember to actually fight the Landmolas instead of just running into them.
Those are Landmolas?
No,
Or
those are levers.
Levers, I'm
and
sorry.
As such, because honestly, when it comes to Zelda, they won't leave her alone.
No, you're absolutely right, and I can't believe I actually forgot their name because normally I get that, but it is just, oh my god, 96 rupees.
That is certainly a sour dinner. It's like,
Yeah, no,
I just bought a
it-
key for 96 rupees.
It's sitting here going, yeah, you're
You're hurting. It's like, you must be hungry for keys, huh? And it's like, yes. And whose fault is that? Video game.
Yep, that tracks.
Alright. Excellent. Gave myself pancake armor. You know what? I'm gonna go up and... Yeah, this will be easier to fight than likes.
Give us a white sword. Give us something. Preferably ladder, but like red ring, ladder, not white sword.
I mean, the ladder also gives us the red ring
Oh, does it? Okay.
because it's on the coast.
Right. Okay.
Hey!
Speaking of the ladder,
Oh my god.
there it
I
is.
should have had this a half hour ago.
Oh my god, video game. Thank you. Me when I finally find like HM Surf in a Pokemon Rando.
I don't even know that I'd go for the heart or the or the red candle in here. I think this is just a I leave, I get my red ring, and then I go to 3.
Better ladder than never. Chat, why are you like this?
Oh, wrong direction. Better ladder than never. I like puns, so on the rare occasions that I do stream, if you do come by and say hi, please give me puns. I love them.
I gotta be careful inviting puns on my show because the last time I one of the like more notable times I did, it was like an hour and a half of Kraid puns because of a Super Metroid Rando going very wrong.
Oh no, that doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, I missaw something. I missaw a sprite as something like entirely wrong. Like whatever it was, I was wrong, and it just became just like an hour of Kraid puns by chat. I've been with Hotfix for over 5 years now. I've been my first show that I hosted was when I still ran Never Before Seen back in December of 2020. But I had organized Sonic and the Shiny Things, although I didn't host it, in February of 2020.
Let's go this direction, I think. Nope, I had my flute count wrong.
That's the thing that can happen in the vanilla game too.
All right,
So Red Ring has both blue and red properties, right?
Yeah, so it cuts the damage you take by 75%. So
Okay.
I effectively have 32 hearts of health right now because I have 8 hearts, and by cutting it by 75%, basically it acts like I have 4 times the health.
Yeah, the math is mathing.
I like numbers, so I like figuring all that stuff out. All right, we can actually dig 3.
It's the Whooper Dungeon. Here we go. I've said for years that the Vire sprites in this game look like, if anyone's familiar with what Beta Whooper looks like from the Space World 97 Gold and Silver demo, Vires look like Beta Whoopers in this game.
Well, there's our bait block, but it looks like we have a possible workaround.
Let's hope so. Because it's level 3, just about every wall should be bombable. Okay. With any luck, let's hope that the game is a little merciful, and that this is the room for the any key.
Please be any key. No.
Nope. Oh my god. What is this seed?
My kingdom for a key. Now we can afford bait.
Yes, we can.
Because all the bait we've seen is 71. And we're
Yeah.
at 96.
And there are 2 medium secrets here. I'm
Yes.
saving my health by just not doing an up A.
Which is smart, because health is a valuable resource.
So this should be a 37 secret here. Oh, I mismarked that. Oh no, it's vanilla 6. Never mind. I'm 1 screen too far to the east.
Yes. You may want to reevaluate your relationship with whoever vetted the seed, says chat. I don't know, like, I've seen worse Z1R rando seeds.
It could also be a difference in how we played it, because
Yes.
if the person who vetted the seed dug just that little bit into 8 early on, that means a very quick red ring.
Yeah, it's a very different seed from there in terms
Yeah.
of experiences.
Yeah, I mean, even just from the money standpoint.
Yeah.
So that's all the secrets. So we're gonna go to a room that's not Wizrobes. So my current count is on dungeon 5. I want to get to... let's see. I want to get to 1. So... all of a sudden I'm blanking on what direction I want to face. Left counts down, correct? Let's see.
We'll find out.
Yes, good. Not that it would have made a massive difference, but, it just makes it that little bit faster.
There's our bait. I'm gonna pray we don't need to buy any more keys, because we don't really have that kind of money.
we've got enough for one, but I don't want to go down. I want to go this way. Okay, that's a good
Ooh,
bomb drop.
bombs. Having never speedrun Zelda 1, I still know how important bombs are in this particular game.
Oh yeah.
Like, they are unreasonably, like, important.
Absolutely, and that goes for not just speedrunning, but just playing the game casually.
Yeah.
Bombs are an important resource.
Mm-hmm. All right, back into 3.
Now, one thing you can do with the meat is you can use it to lure gorillas to a specific spot. Here, we use it to get one out of the way.
This is not our item because we've got the door.
I could not imagine using the bait for any purpose other than getting rid of the gatekeeper, Gordius.
Seem to remember the world record route using the bait in like one room prior in 7 to draw the gorillas out of the path.
Oh, really?
All right, so this should be our
I'm
item.
remembering that run.
It's the raft.
Yeah, and we don't need it.
Yeah, that's also one of those, got that feeling of deja vu from the vanilla game?
Hey, we got a key.
I can't believe it. You don't
I
understand
know-
how people found all the secrets in the olden days? A lot of it was playground rumors, most of which were wrong. The game, when you bought it, came with its own map. Like, its instruction booklet unfolded into a map that they encouraged you to, like, mark up and stuff. And of course, there was the Nintendo hotline that you could call and be like, hey, what do?
So
It does make me wonder, though, how much money did the Nintendo hotline make for Nintendo over the years?
It's a really good question. That's a sales figure I would love to see.
Yeah, tell me about it. And how would that number look in with today's financial situation?
Back in the day, we just bombed or burned everything. Which,
Yep.
you know, fair.
I'm digging for the heart because I know that one of the 3 remaining Death Mountain spots is the magic sword. So here it is. Good. Okay, so I can just go back and grab the Triforce now.
Oh yeah, Nintendo Power, yeah.
Yeah, Nintendo Power. So, I actually wrote to Nintendo Power when I was a kid, asking for help with Link's Awakening. And I told them, yeah, I've got a question for, what was the segment called? Counselor's Corner, I think was what it was called.
Accurate, that's what it was.
And I was like, yeah, I'm stuck in this dungeon. I don't remember what dungeon it was. I think it was the face
no way-
dungeon.
Oh yeah, I was like, it's either gotta be Face Shrine or it's gotta be Eagle's Tower. For me, I got stuck at Eagle's Tower.
Yeah, I got stuck with, because they said that like there was a secret in the eye, and for whatever reason I was just having trouble finding it. Okay, so we know where Magic Sword is. I want to see if one of these 2 spots over here are take any's. It's a 50-50 chance that one of these 2 spots is a take any. And as long as I have that, then I have Magic Sword. Because as part of the settings, Magic Sword is guaranteed at 10 hearts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wrote to Nintendo Power saying, hey, I've got this question for Counselor's Corner. I'm stuck in this dungeon. And they write back going, okay, good. There's, they go, yeah. Your question isn't common enough to be put into Counselor's Corner. And there's our last Any Roads.
Oh, wow. Those would have really helped, actually. Well, at least one set would have. The others were just like,
Yeah.
not really.
But they're like, yeah, so your question is not really common enough for the actual Counselor's Corner segment, but we'll give you the hint that you need. So they gave me the hint, and that was all I needed to finish the game.
Nice.
Okay, so we're good there. We're going to pop back out, and we're going to flute to 8. So my count was on 1, if I remember correctly. So I'm looking the wrong direction, so that's going to be 5. And it should be 8, I think. Nope, 3. 5, 8.
I remember first strategy guide I ever needed was so As Seen on TV did Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. I didn't actually play that one growing up. What I played growing up was Yu-Gi-Oh! Besides Duels of the Roses, I played Falsebound Kingdom on the GameCube, and that was like a real-time strategy war game with turn-based RPG battles. And I was so terrible at it. I ended up getting the Prima guide for it. It was the first and only strategy game or strategy guide I bought growing up because I had no idea how to progress in that game. Like past, I think, like the 3rd mission in Yami Yugi's story or something.
Okay, but
Yeah, I didn't grow up with that either. My only knowledge from Forbidden Memories is whenever someone I follow has played it, like watching Skybills run the game as well.
or the run from earlier today.
Yeah.
That too.
That run was absurd, by the way. That coming in under an hour almost underestimate, that was absurd.
Yeah. I'm glad I made the estimate what I did for this because I still think I can actually do it in that time.
Yeah.
Like now that I have all of this, like the one thing that would potentially hold me back is keys.
Yeah, the keys are what's really trolling us right now.
Okay, so that is our Triforce out of 2. We just need 4, 6, and 7. I'm going to go to 7 because it's nearby.
What's one trap door in that map?
Also, it is so nice to see you fighting things with not wooden sword.
Yeah. I mean, now with the offense and defense that I have, it's a lot easier to actually like engage with enemies.
Yes. Like that was definitely a huge struggle as well. Like a room full of Pole's voice. I hope you want to be here for a while.
Right.
5 likes. So I guess I'm gonna be here for 50 years.
Oh yeah, we're still potentially bow locked out of a couple of things here.
Can you not use silvers without the bow? I don't think you can. You need the bow.
So
Yep, that's a constant across the series, actually.
Someone's asking, so how do you know what walls you can bomb in the dungeon if they're randomized?
you don't, at least not without a map. In the early dungeons, 1, 2, 3, and 4, just about every wall between rooms can be bombed. It's not a guarantee, but most of them can be. So if you find if you find the map and can see what's actually on the like where there's actually rooms, if you're in 1 through 4, there's a decent chance that you will be able to get those or get to between those rooms. For 5 through 9, it's a lot more complicated. There's not really a way of telling what bombs can or what walls can be bombed, but instead it's just playing a game that we like to call Find the Bomb Hole.
An excellent job by Ray there, taking down a Patra from a distance, even though the lead Patrobe died at the wrong time. So the Patrobes were left in expando mode infinitely.
Yeah, that's always rough. Even in vanilla runs, when you're in level 9 trying to get to Ganon and you have limited health, when you kill the lead Patra while they're in expanding like attack pattern, it is a rough time.
Mm-hmm. So here we're really just digging for the Triforce. Because we already found the silvers in this dungeon, so we just need to find where that glowing triangle is. But I won't say no to Heart. Let's see if we can bomb down from here. I'm honestly surprised that I haven't found the book. Okay. Looking like almost like a 3-room segment there, or 4-room, whatever it was. And then level 7 is Goma City. This is... Oh my god. There's a very good chance that the Triforce is stuck underneath one of them. And we got a key out of it at least. I will grab those bombs at the very least.
Oh my god, the gorillas look like frogs in that color palette. Just really big, grumpy frogs.
Yes.
Alright, I'm just gonna leave the room. I don't need to take them out. I wish I had the map to this place.
I kind of do too, because I'd like to know what ink blot we got with this one. I remember when I had Skybills on with Consternation Flag set a long time ago, like I'm talking like 4 years ago. She walked into level 9, grabbed the map, the entire dungeon was just a giant square, just like all filled in. And the look on her face in response, she was disgusted. She was offended.
That tracks, because that is what level 9 can do in shapes, is that every so often you'll get the full 64.
It's like, hi, would you like a full dungeon? No? Why would I want a full dungeon?
Okay, so this is 5 again. I can try going into 4. Because we were key blocked out of 4. Now we've got a couple of keys, and with any luck, that'll be... You know, we'll have a good item in here. Oh yeah, we had our satellite shape. Our first manhandler.
Thankfully, don't need to get the strike on it.
Yep. Guess we'll go up this way. Okay, so now the game's deciding to be nice. All right, don't need that. All right, we do have a free Triforce at least.
I would love to be a fly on the wall on the conversation when they were localizing, or not even localizing, translating Manhandla's name. So I just want to know why Manhandla. Where'd y'all get that? Like they had to have known the meme potential for that boss name. Oh yeah, and Keys and Keys.
Yeah.
Yep, I don't know what they were thinking.
And then of course there's Rope, which like it's a snake. I get it. But it's just like every time I see Manhandla, I just like kind of start giggling and shaking my head. I'm like, I don't know how y'all landed there. But in the current day and age of the internet, I am so glad you did. It's funnier this way.
So now that we've gotten like the 1 or 2 keys we needed, now they're just giving us all of them. Meaning we're going to find the any key in here after getting like up to 5 keys.
You'll find the any key the moment you don't need it anymore. Mandragora plus many hands, maybe actually. I forget a Mandragora is a thing.
I need a potion.
Do potions have a... Jesus Christ, another key. Do potions have a static cost?
Once we find a potion shop, yeah, we will do it. I know where all the potion shops are.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Being in level 4, there's one a few screens to the east of here. That I could potentially use. Oh, thank you.
Okay.
The game's merciful.
We will take not being at half a heart anymore. Oh, another heart too.
Yeah, I thought I grabbed it for a second, but missed it.
Oh no, that good old grid system. I love it. There's heavy quotations there.
Alright, this is not our item. We are still...
No potion.
Yeah.
Only key.
We are still looking for our bow, and ideally an any key would be nice. The heart's not as important, but again, won't complain.
Ooh, that was a good bomb.
Yep, that one I will not complain about.
You can fight him with the sword? I'm too speedrun pilled. I'm too used to watching runners of this game just only use bombs.
Once it's down to 1, I'm like, I'm not gonna spend the bomb trying to get it to run into it.
Today I learned you could fight manhandle it with not just bombs. Oh my god. Most of my exposure to Zelda 1, I have played like about half the game casually, but most of my exposure to Zelda 1 was when my partner was going for his sub 30 and any percent no up and A. So, and seeing other like, Zelda trilogy runners run the game, like Tecate in chat. Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah.
All right, so we found our book in
book.
4, which will be very fun when we get to the other dungeons, because in the 2024 Rookie Rumble flag set, the book is an atlas, meaning it's going to automatically give us all the maps.
Oh yeah. Is it a map and compass?
No,
Because I think
just a map.
Okay. I like literacy.
All right, so that is everything out of 4. We still need
We've
to find
been
our
blessed by this dungeon with ink blots.
We still need to find our item in 3. So I'm going to go back into 3 to figure out what that item is. Oh no, we found it. It was the raft, and I just said no to it. I forgot to mark it.
Yeah, that sounds correct. The raft was in the Whooper dungeon.
We still need our item out of 5, which is tempting. But yeah, here's the potion shop. So I have the blue letter, so I can give her that. And then I get an option between blue and red potions. I'm buying the red because that gives us 2 uses.
Mm-hmm. Someone in chat is asking if the book, in addition to becoming an atlas, does it still maintain its vanilla use, making the magic wand just that much laggier?
Yes.
Okay.
I want... Since I'm here, I'm going to dip back into 5 to try and find the item. Oh, because I picked up the clock, I couldn't...
I have never just seen the tornado just abandon a person before. I didn't know that it interacted with the clock in that way.
Why did it take me to 8? Did I face the wrong direction? I just teleported to 4.
Maybe because you had used it, and the tornado passed through you, it may have incremented twice.
You know what? That's
total.
probably right. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right on that.
Thanks, Dr. Rock. Thanks, Tornado. It's like, well, I'm just gonna drop you off right here. Get hit.
Okay, I remember what was going on.
Oh yeah.
The section in here that was ladder blocked.
Yes.
So there's 4 potential rooms in here that that could have our item. And that's the 1 row of 3 down here, which is going to be where I check first.
It's the weird stem of the dungeon.
And then the farthest east room was ladder blocked. So I might have to go there if it's not one of these 3 rooms. Actually, I guess technically 2, because I think... Was the ladder block here or the room below it? Yeah, it was the room below it.
Yeah.
So one of these 2 rooms here, another key.
Thanks, game.
It's not going to be this room. It's not going to be this room. So it is going to be that far east room. at least by my count. Oh, there's one room to the east of the entrance that I haven't checked. That somehow I didn't bomb. Why am I
We didn't have
suddenly?
any at the time.
That might be it as well. But like all of a sudden, I'm sitting here going, "What if that was the NE key?"
Of course, it would be if it is the NE key, it would of course be the NE key when you don't need it.
Right. Like, I needed it so long ago and spent 90-something rupees. Yep, it's... Oh. Oh, it's not even a bomb? I just go left and never... I just never checked here. Oh my god.
I love Rando Brain. Rando Brain is what I call Rando Brain is when you are so deep in the weeds of the seed that like you start losing track of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Or if you've done a lot of seeds recently, like me, this happens when I do multiple rando seeds in one sitting, where they start bleeding together.
Okay, part of me is happy, part of me is like, oh, I can't believe I just did this. Okay.
Well, you had to kill a room full of bunnies to get that bow. That's kind of
Yeah.
Now, look on the bright side. That puts you firmly in Triforce and Go mode.
Right. Because 6 keys should be enough to deal with level 9.
Probably, yeah.
So we'll do level 6 first. And then we'll do 7 because it's right beneath it's right beneath where level 9 is.
There is no Easter for the people of Hyrule. Not after all these Pols voices we've had to kill.
How much of this have I checked? I haven't checked much of this. So my first thought as to what this shape is like a really it's one of those pneumatic bolt fasteners that they use in like pit stops at races.
Huh. I'm gonna have to Google. Hold on. Not bolt cutters.
They might call it like a pneumatic wrench or something.
Oh, pneumatic wrench, oh yeah, maybe. Oh, you know what? I kind of see it, actually. It's got one room too many where the trigger would be.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I definitely see it.
Alright, at least this dungeon was easy.
Yeah, it's definitely much more of an impact. Yeah, it looks more like an impact gun because of that
Yeah.
extra room.
Yeah, impact driver was what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
Person with a hat, I can see that. Oh god, Brandon's Small from Home movies. Now that's a show I haven't seen in a long time.
Oh my god.
One fun fact about the randomizer is in a room situation like that where a boss enemy is watching over a Triforce, you'll still hear the roar of the boss until you enter the next cave.
Oh yeah, I was wondering what that was.
Alright, I'm trying to get back to level 8 so I can go to 7. I think I counted it right, and I did. So yeah, you can still hear Goma. We'll hear Goma for just a little bit longer here. Oh, wrong button. We will ignore that tornado.
Goma really
Oh,
wants to make
what
its
is
presence
this shape?
That,
Oh, Lord.
if I were to take a shot at it,
known. It's a
looks
Wizrobe.
like the housekeeping robot from the Jetsons.
Rose?
Rosie?
Vacuuming. Yeah, Rosie.
No, I
No.
don't see that. You've lost me here.
Yeah.
That looks almost like a weird Wizrobe. It looks almost like the Wizrobes in Zelda 2 with the pointed hoods.
Okay.
Someone else is saying Swiss cheese, which, you know what? Fair enough. It's got enough holes.
But
Yeah, usually we save that one for level 9, but I think in this case that tracks.
Level 9 is just probably going to be a piece of paper.
For the Pokemon fans, I'm kind of seeing Mawile.
Oh, you know what? I see it.
Mega
Yeah.
Mawile. Mega
yeah.
Mawile, more specifically because of how that big head trails. So in my mind, also thinking,
Xenomorph with a saxophone.
okay, now I want to see art of that.
Someone needs to draw it because I see it. Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Please.
We see Xenomorph with a guitar. Now we see Xenomorph with a saxophone. Wow.
I'm so mad at you, chat.
Chat, I love it. And I want to see art of it.
Oh, same.
All right, so here we are in level 9. This is what we commonly refer to as Roar and Door, Pig and Brig time. So what Ray is looking for here, 2 things. The roar of the beast. Beast is loud. You hear the beast. He's in a neighboring room, although these boss roars are not helping matters.
Nope.
Also looking for a single shutter door that stays closed after a room is cleared, or pops open automatically once the beast is beaten.
Yeah, because Link won't be in the same location, like adjacent to the boss room that would expect in a vanilla run. You have to find Ganon, and you have to find the kidnapped.
Right. However, it is possible for the kidnapped to be quite literally next to the beast.
Yeah,
I've
it's
seen it
possible.
before.
It's definitely
Okay.
possible.
Oh, speaking of, we just found the kidnapped.
We found the kidnapped here because we defeated the rupee boss and the door didn't open.
This is a Pac-Man ghost when it's like vulnerable due to a power pellet, by the way.
Okay.
Mostly just because the map is blue. It could be any ghost you want it to be, but I'm saying Pac-Man ghost.
I'm going to say one of the ghosts from the cartoon that aired for a couple of seasons.
Oh, oh my god. It was like the weird reboot of Pac-Man where he had teeth.
Yeah, I was also in school, had some friends.
Yeah.
And some of the humor of that show was also off the walls. I had
remember
fun
playing
watching it.
Ghostly Adventures was the name of the first game of that reboot series, and I remember it was like
that was the name of the series, Pac-Man and the
Okay.
Ghostly Adventures.
I remember not hating the first game. I didn't play any of the other entries, but like I played the first one. It was like it wasn't as good as like Pac-Man World 2, but it wasn't bad.
It certainly had its comedic charms, I'll say that much.
Yeah. But that was the same era that we got like the Sonic Boom cartoon, and I'm sorry, but that is peak that cartoon is peak comedy.
There we go. That's a strike.
Bullseye, love to see it.
That's what you want to see. I don't think I've ever seen a single bomb manhandler.
Oh, I've seen
Like, I know
plenty.
it's possible, but that was really sick. Well, that room kind of sucks. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie to you.
That's one of my
Yeah.
least favorite rooms. Okay, we
shoot.
hear the roar, so we know that he's the second room. He's to the left here.
What a gross layout of traps.
Yep.
All right.
So here we are. Here's Ganon with a magic sword. It's only 4 hits, but the Hyrule driver taking 1 full heart with the red ring.
And I don't have the combat strats down that Takate has, so this will be a little more interesting.
Yeah, the way Ganon works, there is a practice mod of this game. There is a practice mod of this game where you can actually make Ganon visible at all times, and he is hilarious to look at. Because he's just changing poses and looking ridiculous while moving across the screen.
I gotta check that out at some point.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Center field. Down goes Ganon. We got Bacon, and Zelda has the Triforce of Power.
And we know where the kidnapped is, so I'm just going to up A. And we're going to be out of here in about 30 seconds. So...
Heck yeah.
We can go ahead and maybe start doing some shout-outs here. Well, I mean, time's going to be here in, 10 seconds, I think.
I believe so. He's got to move down 1 room.
Yeah. And here is the kidnapped and time.
GG.
Oh,
Nicely done,
Trolley
Ray.
seed.
that one messed with me a lot. I think had I found the ladder early on, it would have gone by a lot more smoothly, but no complaints here. This is definitely one of the more difficult seeds that I have played with this rule set, so hopefully that doesn't scare anybody away all too much here.
Yeah, I mean, Zelda 1 is a difficult game in a general sense. Casual, speedrun, you name it. It's a difficult game, but if you love it, you should definitely give this a shot because it's a great way to breathe new life into the game without having to use just first or second quest.
Absolutely. It's such a great way to refresh things instead of doing the normal speedrun over and over again. So absolutely worth giving it a try. And again, if you're interested, we have an official Zelda 1 randomizer Discord that can be posted in chat here. And it's a great way to learn how to set up, figure out what type of tracker you want to use, get some practice in, and we have weekly races for the entire community, and there's almost always some sort of little tournament going on, not necessarily a big one like the winter tournament that just completed, or the Rookie Rumble. Sometimes there's just smaller tournaments going on, and I have a lot of fun with it, and I hope that maybe those of you who are interested have some fun with it too.
Yeah, and speaking of, every night they run a few different races at night called the Triforce Triple Play. They've been doing that for a few years now, and it's really kept interest with Zelda 1 Randomizer in general, even when there's not a tournament going on, because there's always races going on, be it for a tournament, a battle royal, a smaller event, such as Torneo Corte Hyrule. I probably butchered that, my apologies, but it's a lot of fun. And I have had fun with this randomizer. I always find myself coming back to it every so often. It's a very good game, very well done randomizer. Shout out to the creator of this randomizer, F. Coughlin,
Yeah,
for
Fred.
putting this together. I believe it's been more than 10 years. I don't know where the time has gone, but I'm loving it.
Yeah, we just hit 10 years back in March. There was a special event for that in the community.
Yeah, that happened very, very recently. And yeah, if you are interested in picking up the Zelda 1 speedrun or even just utilizing the resources to get better at the randomizer, if you go to the speedrun.com page, the resources tab has hitbox visualizers and practice mods and, you know, various saves and a no flashing patch if you're sensitive to it. So definitely worth checking out as well. So thank you all so much. Any final shout outs before we wrap up?
Which, speaking of no flashing, I just figured I'd throw this out there. That's also an option in this randomizer as well.
Yep.
It is also an option in the Super Mario Brothers 3 randomizer, which Fred also was involved in the development of. While the development of that is also, well, it's now co-developed because that's also Macobra 52 and F-Golf. And also shout outs to Skybills and thanks for getting us both into this randomizer.
Yep.
It is a heck of a lot of fun. And also shout-outs to, well, folks that I know, folks that follow me, and I follow them mutually. You're all awesome. And honestly, Ray, thanks for having me on. This was a lot of fun.
It was, and thank you for joining me here on commentary. Having you around definitely helped with my nerves. And
glad I could be of assistance in the nerves department, because first time, I'll be honest, first time you're doing anything like this, you're going to be nervous, but we get through it.
And yeah, absolutely shout out to Skybills for really getting me into specifically Z1R. And even though I think he had an easier time with the seed than I did, shout out to our friend Bighead who vetted this seed. I just think he had some better luck than I did.
Probably just found ladder a little easier.
Yep.
Randomizer do be like that sometimes.
It's true. And thank you again, both of you, for being here. I appreciate you. And thank you all of you in chat for being here tonight. We are going to be wrapping up, so thank you for being here tonight. And please remember to look after yourselves and your loved ones. Drink some water, stretch your legs, eat a snack, take your medication or your vitamins if you need to. And remember that you are valid and deserve the best, and the world is a better place with you in it. I will be back with more Passion Project next week on Friday the 23rd, starting around 10 p.m. Eastern. Actually, no. Sorry, it's a double show slot. I'm actually going to be starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a special show where me and a bunch of other runners have swapped speed games. And we've spent the last 6 weeks or so learning runs to prove a point of anyone of any level, like a level of gameplay experience or speedrun experience or ability to commit, like if you work a full-time job or multiple jobs. Anyone can pick up a game at any level that they want to and speedrun it. And it's true. So join me next week, Friday the 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern for Passion Project with a very special episode with a bunch of us running games that we have just learned. And it'll be a good time. So, that being said, if you did miss out on As Seen on TV tonight or Passion Project, stay tuned as